All right, so this is Oath Kit 1.51. I'm going to teach the game because we have two new players. So, Oath is a game that remembers. Every play of this game is going to change it for the next game that gets played. So, the game that you play will determine what game is played for the next people that play, be it you or someone else. So, you win this game by being there are three ways to win this game. One is if you are an exile, you win by having the oath, by keeping the oath a certain number of times. So the oath in this game is the oath condition is rule the most sites. Currently, the Chancellor rules the most sites, right? They rule 1, 2, 3 sites. In order to rule the most sites, you have to rule more sites than that. Either take them from the Chancellor or rule new sites that haven't been uncovered yet. At the end of your turn, you're going to do the Oath Keep phase. So the sequence of play is Venture, Rest, and then Oath Keep. During the Oath Keep phase, if you have met the condition for the Oath, you get the Oath Keeper token, which is currently just this thing right here. And that is the thing that you have, right? At the end of your next turn, if you still have met the oath condition, you turn it over. And then at the end of your next turn, if you have met your oath condition and it is already turned over, you immediately win the game.
Oh, okay.
Right? Another way you can win the game is with visions. There are 5 visions in that deck. 4 of them allow you to win the game immediately. So it's if you've played Root, it's like the dominance cards in Root.
Oh, okay.
Right? So with a vision, number one, there have to be 3 visions that have been revealed in order to win with that vision, right? And the visions are ruling the most sites, having the most popular support, holding the royal blessing, and holding the darkest secret. I'll explain all of those later. But if you if you have met the condition for the vision at the start of your turn, once it has been revealed, you immediately win the game, assuming again that 3 visions have been seen.
Okay.
Another way you can win the game is as a citizen. I'll describe how citizens work at some future point. But essentially, if you have met the succession condition for as a citizen, in this case, it's going to be holding the royal blessing, you win the game instead of the Chancellor. The Chancellor wins the game if at the end of the game, no one else have won. Right? So the game is going to end for sure at the end of 8 turns. It may end earlier than that. It may end on the 5th turn if we roll a die and a 6 is rolled. On the 6th turn, if we roll a die and a 5 or greater has been rolled, etc., etc. On the 7th turn, if a 3 or higher has been rolled, right? The roll only happens if the Chancellor currently has met the condition for the oath. Otherwise, it's going to go another round regardless. So that is how you win the game.
Okay.
During the game, you're going to go through these phases. So the Venture phase, the Rest phase, and then the Oath Keep phase. I'm going to describe the Venture phase. Okay. So there is a certain number of actions you can do, and they take a certain amount of focus. This right here is your focus. So the first is the search action. So the search action takes a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 4 focus, right? So the search action is essentially drawing cards from the deck.
Not 5.
No, those need to be updated.
Corroded, okay.
Yeah. So the so you're going to draw 3 cards from the world deck, or 3 cards from one of the discard piles. No more, no less, assuming that there are at least 3 cards. If there's only 1 card, then you're only going to draw 1 card. If there's 2 cards, you're going to draw 2. If you are and you draw them one at a time. If you draw a card and there is the card is a vision, then you stop drawing after you draw that vision. So if there was a V right here, it would be a vision, you would draw that card and then you would stop. Right? So you draw 3 cards unless there aren't 3 cards to draw, or the next card that you would draw is vision. Got it? Okay. All right. When you draw your cards, you're going to look at them. So you have 3 cards in your hand right now, and you're going to do one of 2 things with them. well, one of three things. You're either going to discard all of them, right? In which case you would discard down from where you are. So I am currently in the cradle, so I would discard down to the provinces. If you're in the provinces, you're going to discard down to the hinterlands. If you're in the hinterlands, you're going to discard up to the cradle, right? So these are the three discard piles that you would discard to. If you decide to keep one, you're going to play it either to your advisors or to the site where you currently are. So I'm currently at this site. There are certain cards that you only play to your advisors, and there are certain cards that you only play to your sites. The sites that you only play to your advisors have this pawn symbol on them, right here in the top. And the cards that you can only play to sites are going to have this tree symbol right there.
Okay.
So if I play it to a site, I'm going to get one favor. There are two kinds of currencies in this game: favor and favor and secret. If I ever say magic, I mean secrets. It recently changed. I might slip. Okay. So if I play this, I'm going to get a favor from the suit of the card that I played. Right. So in this case, I'm going to get a favor from the Hearth suit, which is here.
Okay.
All right. If I decide to play it to my advisors, I don't get any income for that. However, I do check to see if I have the most of that suit compared to everyone else at the table. So for example, if you were to play this, you now have more Hearth than anyone else.
Okay.
You would take the Hearth suit supply.
Okay.
Now what does that mean? It means that now you have this much popular support. As a Chancellor, I start with all of the popular support because I'm the Chancellor. But now, because you have a Hearth advisor, you have the popular support for Hearth.
Okay.
All right. Popular support is the universal tiebreaker. If we both have an equal number of ruled sites, the person that has the most popular support breaks that tie. For any other tie that you would need to break, popular support is it.
Of a certain suit?
Popular support overall.
Oh, overall.
Right? So right now, my popular support is all of these added together.
Okay. Gotcha.
And that is your popular support.
Gotcha.
Okay?
All right.
So when you're playing a card to your advisors, you check to see if you now have the most of that suit, and you take the popular support, or the suit supply of that suit. All right? When you play a card, you can play a card face up or face down. There is no hand in this game. You don't have a hand of cards. The closest thing to a hand is putting a card face down. So you're going to be able to put up to 3 cards, and your advisors, if you put them face down, you can put any card face down. There's no restriction to what card you can put face down, but it doesn't count to anything. It's just sitting there taking up space. Okay. All right? If you put it face up, then now that is a card that activates and does whatever it would do, whether it be, when played or have a certain action or whatever it is. All right?
Why would you play something face down?
If you wanted, let's say it's a vision and you didn't want somebody to see what that vision was. Oh. Let's say it's a card that you want to play. It's a when played card, and you want to hold that for a certain point. Let's say it's a card that I want to deny you.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just gonna, put it face down. Perhaps it's a card that I can't play, right? Like, so let's suppose that it's a site card and there are no sites that I can put it in, but I don't want you to get it, so I just put it face down. Okay. Just deferring cards, any number of reasons. Okay. All right, so that is the search action. Okay. Okay. The next action is going to be the travel action. So the travel action allows you to travel from sites and regions on the board. So if I'm in the cradle, to travel anywhere within the cradle would cost me one focus. So if I were to travel from there to there, that would be 1 focus, and then I would turn this face up, and I would do whatever it said on the site card. Right? If I wanted to travel from the cradle to the provinces, it's going to cost me 2 focus, right? And I can travel anywhere in the provinces from the cradle. So I can say from there to there would still be 2 focus, right? Okay. If I wanted to travel from the cradle to the hinterlands, it's going to cost me 4 focus. So from there to say there. There are some site cards that will reduce that. So, for example, the Rocky Coast, traveling anywhere from the Rocky Coast to any other coast is only going to cost 1 focus, right? But for the
because that has an ability on
it has an ability on it. It's a travel modifier
Okay.
on that card. So otherwise, it's going to cost whatever it says on here. So, for example, if I am in the provinces, it's going to cost 2 to go to the cradle, 2 to travel within the provinces, and 2 to travel to the hinterlands. If I'm in the hinterlands, it's going to cost 4 to travel to the cradle, 2 to travel to the provinces, and 3 to travel within the hinterlands. All right? So that is the travel action. When you travel, you can bring your cohort with you, your troops with you. So I can say I'm going to travel and I'm going to bring all of this stuff with me.
Is this messed up?
All right. So that is the travel action. All right.
Okay.
The next is the Inspire and Conspire actions. This is essentially how you get income. The Inspire action costs 1 focus, and you're going to put a secret on an empty card at your site. So that is an empty card at my site, and I'm going to put a secret down. And you are trading secrets for favor. So I'm going to trade this secret and get favor equal to the number of matching advisors that I have. 1 plus the number of matching advisors that I have. So right now I don't have any matching advisors, so I would only get 1 favor. And I would get a favor from the wherever I put it, right? So in this case, I'm going to do that. Now, if I had a matching advisor...
No, you'd be taking it only from the one the
Yes.
tile that you owned?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay.
well, you would take it from the suit supply.
Okay, but
So-
if I was trying to do this, then I wouldn't be taking it from your suit supply?
Yeah, you would take it from... Yeah, I don't control the favor on here.
Oh.
It's just... This is just counting my popular support.
Ah.
All right, so if I had an advisor that matched the suit, right? So I would put this secret down, and I would get 1 because I was the minimum's 1, and 2 because I have a order matching, a suit matching that stack. If I had another one, I would get 3. If I had another one, I would get 4. So the more favor I have, the more favor I get when I trade secrets, or the more advisors I have that match, the more favor I get when trading secrets.
Okay.
All right, Conspire is the opposite. You place 2 favor on an empty card, and empty means that there's no coins on it.
Okay.
2 favor on an empty card, and I get magic from the supply. Secrets from the supply, matching. Again, the amount is determined by how many match. So if none match, I get 1 secret. If I have 1 match, I get 2 secrets, etc., etc.
Okay.
All right. So that is Inspire and Conspire, which is just exchange money, get income. Hobnob, you spend money, you spend favor on an empty card at your site, and you place a warband. That's one of these right here. Your cubes are warbands. Place a warband matching the royal faction box. So if I were to put a favor on here, I would put 1 cube on the matching royal faction box.
Okay.
And the amount that I put on there determines how many I put. So if I were to put 2 on there, I could put 2 warbands there. All right. So that is the Hobnob action, is putting stuff in the royal faction. Now, when you do that, you're going to determine who has the most warbands in the royal faction. Who is most in the royal faction, and that person is going to take the royal blessing, right? So right now, if I put 1 in there, I have more warbands in there than anyone else. I take the royal blessing. The royal blessing has a special ability that you can use at the start of your turn. You may move 2 favor from 1 suit supply to another. Doesn't matter who owns the suit supply. You can just move it around, right? The other benefit to the royal blessing is it counts for victory conditions. So there's a vision where holding the royal blessing is what you want to do. One of the oaths is holding the royal blessing, right? So we're doing most sites, but there are different oaths that can happen. So the game is different depending on what the oath is. So that is the Hobnob action. The proclaim action, you burn secrets, you spend secrets equal to greater than the value of what the darkest secret currently is. So you're trading secrets for the darkest secret, right?
Okay.
So the darkest secret starts at 0 and it goes up to a max of 8. So if the darkest secret is 0, I need to spend 1 secret, right? I spend 1 secret to the supply, and I get the darkest secret, and then I increase the value to the price that I paid. So if I paid 3 secrets, I would increase it to 3, right? And now that's something that I have. I have the darkest secret, and the darkest secret has a certain ability. It has a power to banish. When you're playing a card to a site, I can discard an empty card there first. So sites have a limit to how many cards you can play. In this one, there are only 3 cards that can be in this spot right here. There are only 2 cards that can be played to this site, only 2 cards that can be played to this site. And the only way to play more sites is to use a darkest secret to discard an empty card there first. And by empty, it means you don't have any points on it. All right? So the darkest secret, again, also matters for victory conditions. One of the visions is holding the darkest secret. Okay? So when you do the proclaim action, when you grab the darkest secret, you can also grab one of these tokens and place it in one of the royal faction boxes. So if you place it like this, now those cubes are worth double. They count double. All of them. They count double. If you place it this way, now those cubes don't count at all. Placing that token is permanent, and you can only place it somewhere that doesn't already have a token. All right? So that is what happens when you do the proclaim action. Next is the muster action. The muster action, you spend 1 focus. By the way, all of the focus are listed here. Everything I mentioned so far costs 1 focus. For the muster action, you spend 1 focus and you place a favor in an empty site card where you are, and you can muster 2 troops. So you muster from your supply and you put it in your cohort. You can only do 2 at a time.
Your cohort's just on your on your face then.
So that is how you build more war bands.
And does that amount get modified?
No.
At all?
No, it's always going to be 2, and you can only do 2 at a time.
So when you pay one favor, you get 2?
When you pay 1 favor, you get 2.
But you can't pay like 3 favor to get 6?
Nope.
Okay.
You used to be able to, you no longer can.
All right.
All right, so that is the muster action. That is...
Wouldn't that mean I would get 3?
When you play that card, yes. That's a modifier. There are cards that will modify all of the rules. All right? So the campaign action is the most complicated action. I'm not going to explain it right away.
Okay.
I'm actually going to explain it while I'm doing it.
Okay.
All right?
Sure.
After you... so you're going to spend your focus... when you've decided you're done with your turn, or you have no more focus to spend, you go to the rest phase. Now, I'm going to explain minor actions again. Minor actions are things that you can do that do not take any focus. So, for example, this card right here. So I can use this card because I rule the site where it's at, right? So this is a minor action that I can do. This minor action is spend the secret, and I can take 2 favor from the beast suit supply.
Okay.
All right. So if I were to, let's say that I had a secret. Okay, I'm going to spend a secret to do this, and I'm going to take 2 favor from the beast. There's only 1, but it's still a thing that I can do. Right. So that's a minor action. Doesn't take any focus to do. I can do this one too. Spend 2 favor to gain a secret. Anything that says minor action is a thing that you can do for no focus. All right. Revealing a vision is a minor action. Revealing a card from your advisors is a minor action.
What does these numbers mean? The 8 to 4, like 3 to 0?
So I'm getting there right now.
Okay.
So that is the venture phase. Then you get to the rest phase. When you get to the rest phase, you're going to move up your focus equal to the amount of warbands that are not in play, right? So you're going to move your focus marker up equal to the amount of warbands that are not in play. So for me, I have more warbands. I have 24. You only have 12, right? So I start the game with 16, right? So that means that if I don't if I don't lose any warbands, I'm going to, my focus is only going to go up to here, right? Because I have 16, so it only goes up to here. I can't go all the way. The only way that I can go to the top and have more focus is if I have more warbands that are not being used. So essentially the idea is the more warbands that you have out, the more scattered your focus, the less focus that you have to do things, right? So if you have all of your units out, you have less focus to be able to do things because you're busy managing all of your units, right? So this is what this means right here. If I only have 0 to 3 in my supply, then I can only move my focus back to there, all right? And for the exiles, you have more focus because you have less units you have to worry about.
Is this like an alternative play style? They could be a citizen on the other side, or do we like turn into citizens at some point?
I'll explain citizens in a sec. Okay. All right, so that so when you rest, you're going to move up your focus to wherever it is that you need to go. Then you're going to return any secrets back to your supply, back to your stack here, and any favor that you spent is going to go to that suit supply. So this would go here. This would go there.
Okay.
All right. Sure. So you're going to move any favor, return any secrets. The only time that you lose secrets is when it has this black minus symbol. This means that you're spending it to the supply, and that's usually for the darkest secret.
Okay.
Right. Otherwise, secrets usually come back to you. All right. So after that, you're going to do the oath keep phase, and that's when you determine if you have met the condition for the oath. Do you roll the most sites? Yes, no. If you do, you take the oath keeper token to show that you currently are the oath keeper. And again, the next time that happens, you turn it over. Next time that happens, you win the game.
Okay.
All right? So there is one minor action that the chancellor can do, which is enfranchising citizens. I don't expect it to be a big part of this game, but essentially I can offer citizenship to either of you. I can say, do you want to be a citizen? And I can offer you any number of things. I can offer you favor, I can offer you secrets, and I can offer you an office. All right? So an office is a special ability, and that special ability is going to be different. Is going to be different for you and me. So when I offer you that special ability, I get a special ability as well. So in this case, I can offer you the Master of Horse. You spend a secret to not spend any focus to travel, and I get the ability to get an extra plus 2 or minus 2 for attacking or defending. Right? So if I offered you an office, then I would get this ability, you would get that ability, and you would turn your board over, and your board is going to look like that on the other side. And now your focus is determined by wherever the chancellor is, because when you become a citizen, you no longer have your own warbands. You exchange your warbands for the chancellor's warbands, because you are now part of the Commonwealth Empire, and you are
effectively trying to help you against the other players at that point.
Sort of. So the way that the citizen works is they are you're using the Chancellor's warbands, but you are still trying to win the game. There's still only one winner, and the way that the citizen wins is by meeting the succession. So if at the end of the game you are a citizen and you have met the succession condition, which in this case is holding the royal blessing, you win and the chancellor doesn't win.
Where does it say hold the royal blessing?
It's just this symbol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And where's the royal blessing? Oh, that thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. This could be different too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
So there's 4 different oaths. This is just the oath that we're playing with this game.
Okay.
All right. So, and that's basically the way Citizens work. So that is
so it's kind of like a palace intrigue kind of game, or
a little bit.
So what are we trying to do?
So
what's the character motivation kind of?
This is a game about historicity. This is a game about building. It's a civ building game, really, but it's more about the building a story over time. So it's not quite a legacy game. I think it's more accurate to call it a living game. So whoever wins this game, depending on how they win the game, that's going to change the next game. So if you, for example, win with a vision for holding the royal blessing, then the next game is whoever holds the royal blessing is the Oathkeeper, right? And every game the deck is going to change. You're going to remove 6 cards and add 6 different cards. And sites that are controlled by the winner stay. And citizens that were citizens are going to stay between games. So over time, you'll see the game just evolve and change and build a history of the world that happened from generation to generation.
Interesting. With some kind of final goal in mind, like a legacy game, or just constantly just kind of living?
It's just living. It just evolves. You can play 30, 40 games. You can have a used copy of the game and see the history of the game.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of like Crusader Kings or something for some reason.
And you're going to have, there's going to be a logbook where you can write down what happened every time.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do is decide where you want your pawn to be in any of these spaces.
And why do we have hands?
So you start with 3 cards. You're going to choose 1 card, and you're going to put it face down, and you're going to discard the rest. But you're going to choose where your pawn is because that'll determine where you discard. Now, the only advice that I would give you is look at your hand and perhaps put your pawn somewhere that might match your advisor, because that's going to allow you to get more income if your advisor matches the site where you're trying to inspire or conspire. So I'm actually going to play that, and then I'm going to discard there. But put your pawns down first.
Into an already reviewed location, right?
Yes.
In turn order, or what?
No, I guess it would be a turn order, but it doesn't matter that much.
Does that correspond to this symbol?
Good the thing, yeah.
Because that guy's there. He defines the rocky coast as being that symbol.
You're there, which means you can interact with that.
Oh, okay. All right. If we go to where your pawn is, do we have to interact with you in some way?
No.
Or? Okay. And this should discard somewhere. So
you discard. If you are here, you're going to discard to there.
Oh, okay. That's right.
So here and discard down to here.
Interesting.
Okay. So
How
now
many
that
warbands do we start with?
you start with 3 warbands in your cohort, and I start with
You start at max focus.
I start with 2 favor and 1 secret. Everyone else starts with 1 favor and 1 secret.
Okay. How does decreasing focus work with these numbers?
All right, so when you are all the way at the end, you spent all your focus, right? Let's say that you have all of your war bands out, right? Like you don't have any, you have 0 war bands.
All in play.
So when you move your focus marker all the way. So when you move it back, you move it to the 0 to 3 spot.
Okay.
Because you have 0 war bands left.
But if I'm at 9+ and I spend 1 for focus, do I just go straight down to
Correct.
this one? Okay.
Yeah.
Just counting war bands, right?
Yes.
It's just quick math for us, pretty much.
All right, so I think that's enough to get started. So I'm going to do a first turn.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to. Where are the other? There should be more of these. All right, let's not worry about it right now. We'll just use that. Every time you reveal a vision, every time a vision is seen, the vision penalty is going to go up, and it's going to cost more focus to draw from this deck.
Okay.
It always costs the same amount of focus to draw from this deck. And I'll find where those things are some other time. All right. So because it's the oath condition is ruling the most sites, I want to rule the most sites. I currently do, but I want to rule more sites, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to travel to here. That costs 1 focus, right? I'm going to reveal this. Advisor, if you rule this site, you have an extra order advisor, right? So yeah, I'm going to try to rule that site. Now I'm going to do a campaign, and I'm going to explain how campaign works. So I have 3 cohort, right? This is my traveling warband essentially, and I am fighting a site that no one currently rules. So it's ruled by bandits. So right now it's 3 versus 1 bandit. There's only ever 1 bandit, right? So the current force ratio is 3 versus 1, right? So if I had 6 and it was 1, it would still be 3 versus 1, because 3 versus 1 is the highest. If I had 6 and they had 2, it would be 3v1, right? And then dependent on the whatever it is, it would be one of these. So I'm currently starting at 3v1, right? Now I'm going to choose a spoil. The spoil can be lowering the privilege, so lowering the price of this, which I'll discuss at some point. It can be routing a pawn, so I can move your pawn somewhere on the board. I can attack you and then just move you somewhere else on the board. Or it could be routing warbands from a site, right? So you will only ever have cubes of 1 color on a site. In order to put your cubes on a site, you first have to route those warbands, and then you put those cubes. But we'll discuss that when we actually attack. And if you wanted to attack at any point, let me know and we'll discuss that. So in this case, I'm attacking a bandit. So it's 3v1. The only thing I want to attack is this, so I'm only going to roll 1 die. If I wanted to do a larger campaign, like if you wanted to attack me, you could attack me at every place that I rule and roll multiple dice for that. But we'll discuss that when we get there. Right now, I'm going to roll 1 die because this is the only thing that I'm attacking, right? And it's a -1. That means that I'm going to go back 1, right? I'm currently not winning. I'm currently defeated. So in order to get back to blue, I need to expend a certain number of warbands. So if I was all the way down here, I would need to expend 4 warbands, essentially kamikaze them, in order to go back to blue. But I went down 1, I discard 1 warband, right? I expend them, and I go back up to blue, right? I am now winning that battle. So I have won this battle. I won this campaign, and I can choose any number of my remaining warbands to put on this site. So I can choose 1, I can choose 2. I'm going to choose, let's choose 2. All right? And that is now a site that I rule. So it costs, to do a campaign, it costs 2 focus. So I spend my 2 focus,
Okay.
right? Now I have 3 focus left over. I think, you know, let's do some minor actions. So I'm going to spend a secret, right, to get 1 favor from Beast, right, because that's what that ability does. It doesn't cost me any focus to do.
Doesn't it say take 2?
There was only 1 on the Beast.
Oh, gotcha.
Suit supply.
Gotcha.
I could also do this because I roll this site. I roll this site so I can do that. I roll this site so I can do that.
It wouldn't just mean you have presence, right?
It means that I have cubes on that site. So I could spend 2 favor. So yeah, I'll spend 2 favor on that card, and I will gain a secret. So those are minor actions. They didn't cost any focus. let's say that I want to draw some cards. So yeah, I'm going to spend 2 focus to draw from the deck. 1, and because there was a vision here, I only draw 2. Right? I have to stop drawing. So I'm going to look, and I'm going to choose one to keep. Now, I can't reveal visions. I can't win with visions. But I can still just put it down and hold it to prevent you from getting it. Right? So I'm going to say, no, I'll play this. When played, take 3 from the general supply. So I'm going to take 3 favor from the general supply. And I have more hurt than anyone else, but I already have the hurt thing, right? So this has to be discarded now, and I discarded down to here. As a minor action, I'm going to reveal this. And I can do one more focus action. Yeah, actually, instead of playing this here, I'm going to play it here, right? And that's going to give me, not only is it going to give me 3 favor when I play it, but it's going to give me an extra favor because I played it to a site. So I'm going to get a favor from Hearth, right?
And that's not because that card gives you favor, but just because you're playing it to a site?
Correct.
Gotcha.
Now with my final focus, I can Conspire. So I'm going to spend 2 on here to gain an extra secret. Now if I had put it, actually I'm going to put it here because these 2 match. So I'm going to gain 2 secrets.
Okay.
So that is all of my focus. I'm done with my venture phase. In my rest phase, I have 18. All right, because this is 16, 17, 18. So I'm going to go back to here.
Okay.
Oath keep phase. Do I rule the most sites? I do. I currently take the Oath Keeper token. And that is my turn.
Okay.
So now it's to you.
So how would I get this card if I wanted to try to pursue it?
You are here right now, so
Okay.
you could do a search action to grab this.
Yeah, it's him, but...
Sorry.
Okay.
If you would have to go to the provinces in order to grab that.
And then part of your search.
And then essentially it becomes buried over time because cards get on
Yep.
a river. Right, okay. Time is in the
Yeah, if I had more cards, I would have put more cards on top of that.
Right,
But,
okay. Probably want to try to take over the place I'm at. But what would I do to try to strengthen my combat potential?
Well, there's a couple things you can do. Number 1, you could muster to get more troops to
Okay.
have. So, for example, if my pawn isn't on a space, the only thing that's defending is the cube that's there. So that means that blue right now would be 3 versus 1 against me here, and you would be 3 versus 1 against me here. So these are very easily conquered by either of you. If you muster, you have even more. Your chances are even better.
But when I pool more force, then when I campaign, I can put more force on the map, right? As a defensive precaution, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The other thing is battle plans. So battle plans will also increase or decrease certain attacks. So for example, by the way, I forgot during my rest phase, these.
I'm going to say, I'm like, don't
Yeah,
get
sorry.
removed.
This goes here, this goes here, and the secret goes back to me.
Oh, really? Okay, so you just kind of keep accumulating. Is the only sink of accumulated money the darkest secret that actually pulls money out of the ecosystem of the...
That pulls secrets out of the ecosystem.
secrets.
Yes.
But the amount of...
The favor is a closed economy. Yeah, it's just gonna move around.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, I think I'll pool some force. Spend 1 focus. 1 focus. Place on an empty card at your site. So this guy. Gain 2 more advance to the course. Okay, or my site. If I put them in there, am I automatically
So
fighting?
he already has cubes, which prevents you from putting cubes there, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I gotta put them into my cohort.
But them being there when you do a campaign, that's basically still your force in that area.
Yeah. What's capacity called?
I'm sorry?
What's capacity?
For,
I
can I
got
see?
a card. Ignore capacity.
Ignore capacity when playing this card. Discard all cards except... that's this.
Oh, is it the maximum number of cards that can be or active?
It seems like
Yeah,
it.
sites.
Because this is a site-only card.
Oh, okay. Alright. Well, I'll campaign over there and try to take out the Rocky Coast.
Sure.
To focus.
To focus. So I can roll, right?
Yeah.
Good.
So you choose your spoils, right? So you can choose just this site. You could also campaign here, here, and here,
Oh, okay.
right? For every extra place that you campaign, that's an extra die you have to roll, and for everything that you're every cube that you're fighting against, that diminishes your ratio, right? So for example, if you fight me here, there, it's going to be probably more 1v1, and you would start there as compared to 3v1, which is where you're at now. Also, the more dice you roll, the more chances. This is basically rolling for bad things,
Right. Yeah. So
right? So the more dice you
looks
roll,
pretty
the worse things get,
There's
particularly
one.
if you get times 2s.
Oh, times 2's bad.
Yeah, because if you have like -1 times 2,
Oh, okay.
and if you have -1 times 2 times 2,
Oh, okay.
that's
0 is the best you can get then.
0 is the best you can get. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you only roll 1 dice, then, right?
Are these guys like defeatable, or they can get knocked off the map, or?
They never get knocked off the map. You can choose to route them to another part on the map.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just go against there. And I have
Okay.
to pick how many units I'm committing, or just roll first, right?
So you're gonna roll. You're right now at 3v1 because I only have 1 cube there.
Right. Okay.
So you now
So
move down to
now you're down to
1.
there. So you have to expend 1 if you want to win. Now you can choose to retreat if you wanted to.
Nah, I'll just spin 1.
Okay.
He dies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that goes back to there. Now, during when I'm defeated, I'm gonna lose half of my warbands rounded down, just to my supply,
Oh, okay.
and then the other half go either to my cohort or somewhere else that I rule.
Okay.
So I'm gonna choose to move this to my 1 rounded down is 1, so I don't lose anything, and then that goes. I'll move them to the
But
mountain.
half of 1 at 0.5 went down to 0.
There you go. The when I placed this, also, was I supposed to gain a secret?
Well,
That was
you
'cause
needed
of
to
luster
put
dice.
2. Yeah, this is
Luster,
if
right?
yeah. And you can't actually activate that now because it's not empty.
Gotcha. So I can place as many as I want there now. From
As many of your cubes as you want there.
I'll put 3.
And yes, now you roll that site, which means you even if you move, you can still activate that card, and you have this ability.
Which does what?
When you travel, well, that's actually not really. That's an ability that anyone can have when they're on here. But essentially, if you wanted to move somewhere else that was a rocky coast, it would only cost you 1 focus.
Okay.
There are no other coasts currently, but
All right. Anything else I can do? Not much of a reason to save this stuff, right? Because I'm going to get a lot of it back.
correct. You could search.
Let's do that. To focus. Why is it variable again? Why is it
Because
the
the
cost.
more visions are seen.
Oh, that's the only modifier
Yeah.
on that. Okay, so I'll pay 2. Then draw.
You can draw from here.
And in fact,
Or
actually,
double.
we did see 1 vision, so it is now 3 focus.
Okay,
to
so I gotta spend 1 more.
Even if it wasn't revealed.
correct,
So I spent 1 more then.
it has been seen.
So look, I got 3 cards.
Oh,
What?
yeah. Your vision. You drew a vision.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, the bottom one.
Oh, okay.
So now the vision penalty is that. It's still 3 focus, but we only need 1 more vision before you
I
can
win.
win with a vision.
Gotcha. Now I could discard it to my own. I can't discard it to my own place, but I gotta discard it out of
Yeah,
my.
you did discard card down.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'll keep the thing. You know. Can I reveal it? Should I?
You
reveal
could
it?
immediately reveal it if you want to, but if you, it's just like a dominance card in Root. As soon as somebody knows that's what you're going for, they're gonna be gunning for you.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, let's
if
go.
you feel like you can win, next turn with it, that's perfectly viable.
But you can also place it face down and flip it at a later time.
And these are all victory conditions.
Yes.
Move the 2 agents from any core boxes to the core box. And then I assume that means you win. I'm just gonna show this.
At the start. No. So that is the only vision. That conspiracy is the only vision that doesn't
lead to a
lead to a victory condition.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it. Okay. Well, I'll pitch
But if you,
these two.
for example, if you had this and you put it face down,
Yeah.
number one, people think that you have a vision. Number two,
Right.
you can play it at some point and steal
Gotcha.
a thing from somebody.
Okay. Well.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, up there. Right. Okay. So if I just spend a secret, I take the darkest secret from the player has pawn at your side.
So nobody owns the darkest secret right now.
Yeah. All right. Well.
But you could keep that.
I'm just leaving it face up because why not?
Okay.
Play testing. Yeah, I think that's it. Right. I'm out of juice.
Okay.
Yep.
So you do the rest action. You're gonna move this to here,
Okay.
and you didn't spend any secrets.
Great.
You moved your focus back depending on the number of warbands that you have in your supply.
Okay.
And Oath Keep, you do not rule the most sites, so you do not take the Oath Keeper token.
Okay.
And that's it.
That's it.
Okay. Interesting. Pay 3 to search. Draw 2 cards from here. Pay 2 to search, sorry. And I get 3 cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pay 2 for that side and then draw 3. Okay.
Didn't you just pay 2 then?
It's 3 focus.
Yeah. 3 for
Isn't it? Oh yeah. Isn't it?
No, sorry, you're right. It's
Yeah,
2
2
focus.
focus.
It's only 3 focus for the world deck.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it has the. I made this board for you all last night.
All right, you printed it out.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I like the
Go with
different
this
rolls.
one. That one, and I can choose to play
It
it.
is the old Royal Blessing. You used to be able to buy it.
Choose to play it. I'm gonna play it here. I have. I'll do that so you can still
Okay.
see it. I have the
So
most favor.
you
in
have
that,
the most
so I get that.
Discord favors, so
I
you
get
get this.
What does that do for him again?
That's how much popular support he has.
But he can't just start spinning those off that tile.
No.
Right. Okay.
And you can actually lower his popular support by playing Discord cards.
Okay.
Or using the Royal Blessing, which lets you move 2 from one supply to another.
Is there like a little cheat sheet that says what the names of the types are? Because there's like Hearth. Something.
There
Oh, it's all
isn't.
there. It's all
No, that's different.
there. Oh, it is. Yeah.
There isn't really, but you don't have to worry about it. You can call it whatever you want.
Okay. Gotcha.
No, call it Fox, Beast, whatever.
travel to travel downwards here. Flipping that. So thin. Okay, and did the campaign happen immediately, or is that still an action I choose?
Campaign is a thing that you choose. So, yeah, that's a travel modifier. If you spend the secret and it has the little black arrow, so you're spending it. You're never getting it back. You can spend no focus when you travel. So, yeah, that was your travel action. If you wanted to campaign, you could, because you have 2 focus left.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to.
All right. Conquer that buried giant.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're only dealing with a bandit, so you're gonna take that. Have a so I'm gonna use that.
Okay, so I'm currently at 3v1.
That's -1.
That's 1. Kind of 2-1. Might well lose 1 dude. Be back up to 3-1. Which means I won. I'm going to reroute. And I can only put my cubes on that one, right? The one that I'm currently in.
Yes.
And other than gaining dominance of the area, there's no other current benefit?
No, that's it. You can use this, even if you move, you can still use this.
Mm-hmm.
You spend one secret to travel with no focus.
Okay. And can I still take minor action without any focus?
You can.
Okay, and what other minor actions?
So anything that says minor action on it, any card. So you can't use this card because you're not here.
Mm-hmm.
You can't use that card because you're not there. So you can't use any of those. But if you had a minor action in your advisors, you could do those. Other minor actions are like flipping cards, doing some other things. But there isn't a lot you can do right now that are minor actions.
Then I think I'm done.
Okay.
I don't lose the most, so I don't get that. I don't
And
clear
that
anything
is
off, and that's it.
that is the first turn of vote. So go to the next turn.
This just kind of is persistent until used, or
That is, he's always going to have that until he decides to discard it. If you ever have more than 3 advisors, you can just discard an advisor, so you can lose it in that way.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so now if we were to do battle, you're going to do +4 on offense and -4 on defense, versus somebody that owns a order card, which I do. So that card would be an extra +4, -4 against me. But you have to spend it to favor to do it.
It's only positive for him, though. It doesn't give him -4
on the
defense.
on the defense I get -4. Offense I get +4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be looting an area,
Right.
and then have him attack me.
Easy target, but good on the offense. Okay.
Okay, so we're in the next turn. I'm still good because I still got the oath, but I should probably muster because I need units, so I'll probably do that.
You can't win with oaths either, right?
I cannot. I basically have to just
wait it out.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, I'm get a feel for this now. It's a neat theme.
All right, so I'm gonna muster. I'll muster. So that's 1 focus. I'll spend 2. I think I'll muster again. That's another 2. draw. So that's 1, 2, 3 focus.
And the
That's one thing.
the military power between your big dudes and the cubes is what? Ratio in strength.
For what exactly?
Like this versus one cube is three.
This doesn't count towards anything. Only the cubes count. So this is not like you don't have 3 right now.
Well, when he fought you here and you had 1 cube, he said he had military. Oh yeah.
He had 3 in his cohort.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So I'm gonna put this down.
I don't. I'm glad you come together.
And Beast still doesn't have anything. I no longer have that. So that's not worth it. Is there anything else? Yeah, I guess I can. I'll proclaim. So I'm gonna spend. I'll spend 3 secrets to grab the darkest secret. And now I have the darkest secret, and because I proclaimed, I could add one of these, but
Making it effectively 6? Or was it?
No, for those, but yeah, it doesn't really matter right now.
Right.
I notice that's not mentioned on this card.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. That's not really not worth it right now.
You gonna win?
Yeah, actually, I don't think I even could have done it the first time. This one. I think at your site is where my pawn is. So that wasn't a thing I could do.
Is it all?
I'm going to move here for 2 focus.
Standing stones.
And that's it.
You don't have to fight them?
I mean, I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't control it.
Yeah, he would campaign. That's how he'd get his cubes.
All right, so I'm gonna rest.
Gotcha.
This is gonna go to Hearth, and I have 16, so I go back to here, and I still control the oath. But there's no point in me doing this business because I can never win with this.
And it was control of most sites, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I use this and take the darkest secret, I just get it at whatever level it's at, right? I can't power it up with more mojo or whatever.
Correct.
That's conspiracy. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably something you want to get when it's like, for example, if I had spent 3 on it,
Right.
and it was, then that would
it'd
probably
valuable.
yeah.
Right. Okay.
Which is in part why I didn't do that.
Right. Yeah.
Like if I didn't know you had the conspiracy, maybe I would have done that, and then we
Right.
could have
And there's a total of how many of these again? 4.
There are 5 visions.
5 visions. Okay.
That is the only vision that is not a instant win condition.
Okay. Well, time to probably get some inspiration or favor. What's it called, right? Empty card said take equal to multiple advisors. Okay, I need. Let's search again. I'm gonna search. 2? No, actually 3.
2 from here.
That's what I dig
That
from the pile.
it depends on where you're searching.
I'll dig from the pile, so I'll pay 1 less. Draw 3. I can only hold 1 vision, or I can hold more.
You can only have 1 revealed vision.
Gotcha.
So far, it doesn't seem like it's very much of an engaged game. Like this is not your turn. You do a lot of just waiting for your turn,
I agree.
Can I play that there?
which is
Can I do that? And just discard these back any way I want?
Yeah.
sight, and that's where you are.
Okay.
So you played a card there.
I guess, yeah.
So you get a favor from her.
Her favor. Alrighty.
This is something that I've already discussed with the designer, and he's currently looking into that.
I'm going to muster, I guess. I'm going to place 1 empty card at your site. So this guy, I think, would rather do that guy. Yeah, mustering. So I just get 2 of these dudes. Right. It cost me 1 focus. Okay. And what's the other action? I'd have to pay 2 favor to trigger that action, though, right? That's the cost. Okay.
It's a minor action.
Right. Now, if I leave and just move over to the next one, I've got a fairly decent defense at that area with 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, seems all right.
When your pawn is there, your cohort also defend.
And
By the way.
you can't even move in the same area because it costs you 3.
Doesn't it cost less for the thing?
Only if
move
it's to another
Rocky
coast.
Coast.
So, okay.
Yeah.
So there might not even
So
be
essentially,
another one.
thematically, you're traveling by ship to another coast.
Gotcha. And there might not even be another one in there because they're random.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, I can just pass, right?
You could.
Okay.
You can immediately rest if you want to.
Um,
I mean, you could conspire if you want to spend.
2. I don't have 2.
No, conspire. Sorry, inspire. Yes.
Pay 1 focus, add 1.
Pay 1 secret and get 2 favor. You're gonna get that secret back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's no real reason not to do it.
Cool. So I get 2 of these.
No, you don't get it from there. You get it from her.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And you only get 1.
This is not.
Not around.
Doesn't you only get 1? Because there's only 1.
It says matching advisors, right?
I mean, you don't have any matching advice, so you would only
This
get
is true.
one,
You only
but
get 1.
Okay, I
Yes.
only get 1. So
Go back to Earth.
back to Earth. All right, and that also costs 1 focus, right?
Mm-hmm.
So okay, then I'll go out because then I'll go back up to 10.
Yeah, you count your war bands, and that's how much you go up by.
Yeah. Okay. So 6. Do I just go to here? Oh, because you can't save up focus then. Is that right?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
May I ask what you guys are playing?
We're playing Oath.
Oh, how's it played? Grand explanation, not the final.
Individually.
I don't know what to do, so I'm just gonna go to that. Okay, interesting. We can't save
It's
resources yet.
kind of
Take these back.
essentially you're trying
This
to
goes back
meet
to
a
that
victory
associated
condition,
pool,
Oh, okay.
and you're trying to do things on the board to meet that
This
victory
goes back to
condition.
the pool.
to the
Hearth pool.
no to the associated matching.
Oh, this guy.
And that goes back to yours.
Okay, gotcha.
Looks like poker meets magic.
Yeah. Meets
Sure.
like palace intrigue, kind of feudal barons fighting over land or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Woodland barons.
Okay. Then 2 focus. Draw 3 cards from here.
Maybe.
Wow, is that a puzzle?
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
So the current thing that we're trying to figure out is, with this version, is if the Chancellor's too powerful. Because the previous iteration, the Chancellor was too powerful.
Just cut those here. I have the most of this suit. Or are we tied here?
So let me see. I have 1 arcane.
Oh yes, yeah.
So we are currently tied. Yes, we do not have the most.
Going to muster, I guess. We can't because I don't have any card sight.
The other thing is, it doesn't seem like there's much incentive for me to enfranchise citizens, but there are cards that you can force yourself into the Empire, and that's probably a thing you want to do because it gives you more chances to win.
And this is the max amount of spaces that would ever be on the board, right? Like, it's just more players like adding into the density of the spaces. So it seems like on a 5 or 6 player game, it probably becomes more active, right? Where you have more contention against the house.
So I can either place that here or I can place it in my site, right? Or only site cards can be played in sites.
I'm sorry. What are you?
Like, can I put this in my site instead?
Yes.
Okay, I thought.
Yeah. You also probably want to put this there so it can be seen better.
Right. I just had done it though because this is blocking your view from seeing what dominance it is.
Yeah. The way that the camera is listed, you can. It's pretty much like that is the limit of what you can see.
Gotcha.
Okay. Just do face down. So I would get 1 favor from that associated popularity. Right?
I'm sorry?
When I play this here, I would get 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the designer was saying that he last weekend was trying a variant, because I did give that comment about downtime of doing more like single action things. So like, I'm going to do a single action, then you do a single action. And he says that it doesn't really allow you to tell
2 dudes
as much of a story as just doing a whole long thing on your turn does. So
seems like a kind of game that would have a lot more social engagement on the decision making, or something to that effect, with more of a socially intriguey kind of layer to it.
I agree.
Yeah,
I said that.
Yeah, I don't know what that would take shape as.
More alliances, more negotiations.
Yeah,
I'm of
I can pay 2.
the similar opinion that keeping the players more engaged would be
So if
ideal.
I were to come here and then campaign, I'd have 4 combat against you, right? Or only when I pay the 2 trade.
You could campaign me there, but all you would do is move me from that site.
You would take ownership of the site though, or not?
No.
No.
You could choose to attack the bandits, because I don't rule that site. The bandits do.
Okay.
He's just visiting.
Currently.
Sizing them up.
But I can go here.
And if you want to, I mean, ultimately, you want to try to win this game. You win this game by either meeting the conditions for a vision, so getting a vision is a thing that you probably want to do, or by oath keeping, in which case you want to try to rule the most sites, or by becoming a citizen and having the royal blessing, which, I mean, I'm not going to offer citizenship, so you need to find maybe a card that will allow you to force yourself into becoming a citizen.
Okay. So this only triggers when I pay for it, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's that. Yeah, I'm gonna go and search, see what else I can find. So, still cost me 2, allows me to go here. from here.
Out of curiosity, you both have played Root.
Yes.
Yeah. Huh?
Do you find that has a lack of engagement?
The expansions help.
We only played it with one decent group, and I found myself enjoying the game a lot. We played it a couple times before, just the wrong groups, and it just didn't click. But it's fairly engaging, yeah. Yeah, it's not like a huge. It's engaging enough, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very just simple and streamlined.
Do you feel that way because there's more, say, like attacking, more alliances, more? I agree with you. I'm just because we were. That is his previous game, and he believes that game has more downtime and more disengagement. So I'm curious how you.
It feels more like you're stepping into a role, and so your mind space is more flushing that out because like I am now cats or something, and birds, and they have this backstory and something like that. There's it kind of gives you a little bit of a character to kind of delve into or whatever. And that's the same thing with like Cthulhu Wars or the games we play too. It's like here's the Storm faction. They play like a wild storm, and they kind of like live into that.
The fact that
mechanic.
it is asymmetric, and you're kind of like doing your own thing.
Mm-hmm.
That makes you more engaged.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like if the Chancellor's too strong, the game's state can initially be like some kind of revolt or peasant uprising or something. And then, the lords are kind of... The Chancellor maybe needs to start on a much weaker footing with some kind of social upheaval or something like that, so that you're, put into that corner a little quicker maybe. Because you're saying the citizens things don't really kind of take effect, right? So you're the big great evil we're fighting back, quote unquote.
In a previous iteration of this game, it was very much a thing. In this iteration of the game, I don't see it becoming a thing. However, there are cards that will allow you to become a citizen, and there's no reason not to. Mm-hmm. Because you gain, number one, you gain the Chancellor's warbands, and number two, there's no...
It's a weird mechanic then, if there's no reason not to, right?
If I was in exile, I would probably be trying to become a citizen.
Mm-hmm.
You can't win with the vision when you become a citizen,
mm-hmm.
but that is, I guess, one way that the citizen and the Chancellor are working together, because the citizen only wins if the game ends and they've met the succession condition. So both the Chancellor and the citizen are both trying to prevent exiles from winning with visions.
So you can win. You can have an end game where no one wins.
No, you can. There's always going to be a winner. The Chancellor wins if nobody else wins.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But that is a way that that is the only real alliance in the game. In this version of the game, is the Chancellor and the citizen are both preventing exiles from winning with visions. And perhaps that's a reason for the Chancellor to make a citizen, is if there is an exile that is just running away with it, you can have somebody that is clearly losing just
Band
say
with you.
exactly, join the Commonwealth team and we'll work together.
Right.
And join me or we all lose.
Yeah.
So
increase your chances.
It is possible. I don't know. Well, it needs, this is only my second time. This is my first time with this particular iteration. And, we need more games to play that out. So hopefully we can play more. All right. So you did your turn?
Yep.
So that is, you moved it already? Okay, cool. I still rule the most sites, so I will just keep getting more sites. So I'm going to campaign.
As of now, it definitely seems...
Actually, I'm going to muster first.
Yeah, as of now, it seems difficult for us to really fight you back.
I agree.
Because you start in areas that already have cards, allowing you to immediately start mustering.
This is true. I think that probably what needs to happen is that the exiles need to work together to attack my sites. So you're currently getting sites, but you're not making me lose sites. I mean, yeah, you made me lose that site, But I think that probably is the thing that needs to happen. Is the exiles need to kind of. I mean, I guess that's an emerging alliance, in that exiles currently need to work together to lower the stature of the chancellor, and then kind of fight on their own. And perhaps again over time, that's a thing, strategy that develops.
Yeah.
And I think it was.
I think if you all are doing your own thing, the chancellor is just going to win.
Is there no like trade dynamics between players or anything like that?
There isn't. There was a way to trade secrets and favor between the chancellor and the citizens, but that's no longer a thing.
Oh, but even between the exiles, they can't trade wheel and deal. Interesting.
All right, so I'm going to just conquer that, but I think I'm going to muster first, and in order to muster, I need to have a site card there. So I think I'm gonna search.
Which would cost you 3 focus.
1, 2, 3.
No visions.
And I will do
and I definitely
this.
feel like these 2 cards starting.
So I get 1 from that.
Did
These go there.
He was able to start an economy on turn 1.
There's still nothing in Beast because there have been no Beast cards coming out, so I can't use that. And I only have 2 focus left, so I could campaign now, or I could muster, and then I can't campaign. But I probably want to muster, so I'll do that. So I will spend 1 there, gain 2. And I think that's it. An empty card at your site. All right.
So we'll have to review the footage. But I think on your first turn, you had activated both this card and this card for site cards. And you had said that your site only counts where he's at.
No. You can activate anything where you rule.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I could still do this and that if I wanted to because I rule those.
Alright, so I'm going to muster. Good thing to do. Pay 2, 1 focus. 2 brands to my papa here. Then I guess I'll campaign. 2 focus. Take
Campaigning.
What?
You already ruled that place.
do I have to move? Oh, it says take sites, move any pawn. Or just I have to move first. I have to travel. Okay. I have to travel before I campaign, right?
You have to attack something that is at where your pawn is.
Gotcha. So I'll move.
It's 3 to move within itself, 2 to move off the card.
Wow. 4 to go back up because it's far away.
I'll be up here.
Oh wow. But I can go just 2 to go
2 to go
to the Midlands, right? So I'll pay 2 to move. And go here, right? Pay 2 more to fight.
Campaign.
Okay, so I'm campaigning against the mountain.
What is that? If -1 if any goals at this? Or?
So you're campaigning against me. You're choosing. So you have to choose a defender.
Okay.
And the defender is me.
Yep.
So and then you figure out your force ratio. So
I have to choose
it's
a
2,
3,
and you have how many?
5.
5. So it's 2 versus 5 is 2 to 1.
Okay. Round down. Then roll.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, nasty.
And that's, you know, if you wanted to, you could also increase the breadth of your campaign. So you could also have try to attack that and that. But if you're just trying to attack this one, then yeah.
So I just spend 1 for 1 now to.
So now you're there. So you have to spend 3 in order to be victorious, or you can just retreat.
I'll spend 3.
Okay.
And the defender can't
So
do anything
that's
about that.
2
right?
die, right?
If I have a battle plan, I can.
Yeah.
So.
You have a battle plan, right?
I have a battle plan there. Yeah, as a defender, the attacker must. So I could spend the favor, and I will.
Okay.
So you have to now roll an extra die.
Oh boy. It's already lost the 2. So 0.
Okay.
So then still 1 goes in, and I already lost
So
2.
sorry, you reroute his dudes first.
Oh, okay.
So
There's one of them
half.
lost?
Yeah, one of them is lost,
Gotcha.
and then the other one goes to.
Doesn't he choose where it goes?
I don't believe so. I believe I get to choose. I do have the campaign summary in here. Defender reduces each. Defender removes half their force and moves other half to cohort and or undeclared site stay rule.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I mean, either way makes sense, but alright, I
just
can
put it
deploy
there.
extra cohorts here. Per
Any
needed.
you
Mhm.
have.
Okay. Is there any benefit in keeping some to my cohort if I'm
I
attacking?
mean, when you're attacking, yeah,
Okay.
and when you're defending too.
over there?
Yeah, when you defend with anything in your cohort as well. So if I was here like that,
Okay. So
then you
if-
would also have to have a. You would
And now
have
if
had
I-
to include that.
If I wanted to leave at a later turn, is there any cost for me to drop these guys off at this thing, or is that a different action?
If you wanted to travel with your warbands, you could.
Okay, but if I want to leave this area, but
Mhm.
don't want to drop the ones off from my cohort first before I leave, is that just a free action, or does that cost me something?
You do that when you muster. You can move stuff when you
Okay.
travel. Yeah.
So I'll
so-
just put them here then. That's where they'll stay. All right, that's it for me.
Okay.
I'm out of juice.
Okay. Pay 2 to search. Oh, pay 3 to search. Wow. It's crazy, I'm telling you, it's crazy. Go ahead and play this.
Yeah. See now, you rule the same number of sites that I do, but I have more popular support, so I still get I still keep the oath. But
Gotcha.
you're on your way.
And again, 1 dude from the triangle.
1 favor.
The triangle. Okay. I think I'm going to conspire. But do
So when does that go back? You see out of turn in a campaign and uses a battle plan that costs secrets. The secrets are placed out of turn on the board. Trigger.
I'm going to search it again
Versus
now.
trigger. You fill.
Yeah, I'm gonna search it
only-
again. Going to activate a minor action, put one here, take 2 from Hearth. And I currently have 2 of these locations, so I also get the triangle popularity, right?
No, it's for your advisors, not for the stuff on sites.
Oh, okay.
Not for the stuff you rule.
Okay.
Double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's still the case. Yeah, if you now have the most advisors of the suit, take the suit supply. Yeah.
Okay, so I get the beast then. For this advisor. And I think that's it.
Okay.
Were these all set up as a previous setup ratio in the beginning?
So it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1.
Oh, okay.
And they are set up in that order, but I believe they changed in the Chronicle phase.
By the way, you guys didn't remove these.
Oh, okay.
So
One was mine.
1 blue, 1 green.
Okay, so that is a turn. All right, so I actually needed to rest, and I lost 1, so I actually had 12, 13, 14, so it was still there. And then this came back. So I'm going to campaign, so 2. I'm going to do that. Roll. 0. I'm going to put 3 out. And do that. I need more favor, so I think I'm going to put secret on here, and I'm gonna get 2 favor because I match that, so I get 2 from there to there. Beast still doesn't have anything, and I don't currently control anything else that I can use. So I'm going to spend 2 focus to head out to the Hinterlands. Let's see what's going on over here. Salt Flats, there you go. There's your oh, actually no, I don't think Salt Flats is a coast. Take
The
2,
flat land.
take 2 when found, take 2 from the general supply.
It used to be a coast.
Oh, gotcha.
So I take 2 from the general supply.
Upon review.
Yep. 1 played, 1 found.
One found. Interesting.
All right, and I could. Yeah, it doesn't would give me the darkest secret, but that's not really all that. Yeah, I think that's it for me. So this is gonna go here. This is gonna go back to me. And I think that's it. So I currently have 12, 15. And I still have the most sites.
You can draw. I'll pay 3. Draw this guy.
Which is the only one that you draw.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Correct.
I listen.
Mm-hmm.
You're good at it. If drawn from the deck, announce that you drew a vision card.
Let's go down to here now.
Mm-hmm.
So now playing a vision card, you can now trigger it for the victory.
If you have a vision, you reveal it. If you if your vision is already revealed and you meet that condition, you win immediately.
I'm just gonna show this. You win at the start of your turn. 3 visions have been seen.
All right. So you're revealing that vision.
Sure.
That means that you have to lose the conspiracy.
Okay. I don't think it's gonna do anything.
So
and
you
you
put
have
that.
the most popular support by
Yeah,
3.
you discard it to wherever you are. Or
So
Gotcha.
you currently have no popular support.
Yeah. Well, at least you know where I stand, huh? I'm going to pay 2 and then draw from here if I can, right?
Mhm.
You're black, so from here.
Yes,
Isn't that
this
a-
is true. Or from if for
Yeah.
2 you can only draw from there. Yes, you would
that's
need
where you do
4.
Gotcha. Well, I'll just keep mustering then.
Okay, so you
I
have to
actually
spend
can't.
favor.
Yeah.
You can you could use that secret to
Yeah.
get 2 favor.
Let's do that. Which one's that again?
So that is inspire,
Inspire, okay.
and then you put it there,
Here.
and then you get 2 favor
No.
from there. There's only 1, so but it's you get that back at the end of the turn. So
Oh, okay. Alright, that's right.
so it's still worth
That's
doing.
Alright. Now I can spend this though to do, but I don't have any more things to play it on, right?
Correct.
Okay, so what would it take to play this guy where I'm at, if that's even possible? He's not even a guy, right?
Well, you already played that to your advisors, so the only thing you can do is
Oh,
flip
okay.
it.
Gotcha.
You could flip it
Sure.
as a minor action.
As a minor action? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll flip it. Why not?
So when played,
Ignore capacity when playing this. Discard all cards except this one at this site. Then you may move any those kind of.
side only card.
yeah, that is a site only card. So you actually
Can't play it at this site.
you cannot. So you could play it there. Yeah, that
When you
okay.
when you drew it, you would have had to play
Yeah.
it in your site, not as an advisor.
correct.
Like
That's
icon
what he
moves.
said.
Ah, cool. All right, so that's it, I guess. Is that all?
Yeah. So are you discarding? Discard all cards except this one at this site.
Okay.
And it says all cards. So I don't know what happens to the secret. I'm gonna guess it
Because
still
what?
comes back to you. That is a question that I need to ask. I will be right back because I need to get my tablet.
So I can nab this dude then, huh? Which is for my own thing, so it's almost irrelevant, right? But I could have played. Instead of doing this, though, can't I just spend that last focus to put one on one of these guys? Since they're also in my area, that's mine.
So you basically pay 2 to do that.
But are these actions different though?
No.
Place hobnob. Place a.
So yeah, your site is only where you do this. You can still activate these abilities if you have presence in that area.
Okay, so I can't hobnob, conspire, or inspire unless I have my dude at that area, right? Is that right?
I'm sorry?
I can't hobnob, inspire, or conspire unless I have my dude there?
Yes.
Okay. But I can activate minor actions of cards that are...
That you control.
Okay, right, okay, that's the difference.
Alright, so what is the name of that card?
The Gathering.
So instead of doing this, which did not benefit you much,
Yeah, not really at all.
you could flip that card. Well,
Mm.
you could take this back. You would
Draw
lose
one.
this back to that area.
Yeah, sure.
Then go into this side.
What is the number on the card?
And,
Not
and 27.
27.
And then go into this side.
Placing them there?
Yeah.
I don't think I can.
Oh, I just got your message.
Well, yeah, he would have gone there instead of to your advisors because he can only be played in the.
Okay.
And then that would discard this card.
Oh.
And he would fall down into this stack, right?
Yes,
Well,
let's just assume that is the case. I don't know the
Okay.
answer to that, but
Well,
that's what I currently
So by
asked.
doing that, now you can do the Inspire
Mm-hmm.
again here.
Mm-hmm.
And that for advisors or both.
And then for Nomad, no, just for that.
Mhm.
So you do that, and then you're gonna get just one favor
Mhm.
because you don't have any matching advisors.
Okay.
But that way
At least there was some interactions.
we don't
Didn't,
have to
didn't
worry
really do
about
anything, but
if you
I got
lose
rid-
that or not.
okay. Well,
So
all right. That's it.
okay, that goes back to people.
Okay.
Okay. Pay to search from here.
How long has this been in development?
I mean, active development, maybe a year, but he's supposedly been, off and on thinking and working on this for a good long while.
Mm-hmm.
I first played the first time I played this was at BGG Con. That was mid November.
Mm-hmm.
And he had, the first time I heard him talking about this was, I think, spring of last year, so
Mhm.
about a year ago.
Yes, I'm gonna
And at that point, he had already been working on it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
play this dude. Discard both of these cards back into this deck. I now gain that card.
So you're gaining, you're gaining,
The
what is this? Arcane?
Yeah, the star.
So you
Yeah,
have
triangle.
2, which is 1 more than me. So you do get that.
I thought only advisors counted towards these.
Well.
Oh yeah, that one. Yes.
So I have an extra I have an extra order and an extra arcane. In fact, when I'm not gonna redo it, but when I did my Conspire, I had an extra one of these, so I should have gotten an extra favor, but it's fine.
And I'll go ahead and conspire. So when you conspire, you pay 2. You go here. X equal match advisors. So 2. You get 2 of these dudes. And with that card that's your ability, I'd get 1 more. So I get 3 total. Then I can activate this dude, taking up to 2 from Hearth.
Poor Hearth.
It's 4 is so much.
It is.
It actually used to be more. It used to be 5. That's why yours says 5.
To create the,
They changed it because it was harder to get through those visions with this version.
What was this about, by the way?
It used to be, instead of having this, you would bend the paperclip, and then there would be like a triangle, and then whatever was in favor was the stuff that was in that triangle. So then you can move that triangle around.
I'll go ahead and
So you
search
can move
again.
like it could be like that.
Wedge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
But apparently you can game that. So I never actually played with it. It was gone before I ever got to try it.
At least these cubes give you something to do.
Let's
on the
do
downtime.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Discarding this here.
The thinking is, with more experience, the downtime gets lower. I can't speak to that. I do. It is a thing that I mentioned. It's a thing that I have been fighting with him about. In the previous iteration, the exiles would have 3 actions, and the chancellor would have 2 actions. So it's 1, 2, done. 1, 2, done. The thing is that not only do you have more actions, but just trying to figure out what you can squeeze in your focus. It does make the game more strategic. Like you can think about more things, but like you said, there's not a lot to do not on your turn. But
Goodness.
Like
only more plays will determine how much of a factor that is.
Go ahead and do that, I guess. Just go ahead and inspire again. There, and 1 from green.
Stop stealing my popular support. If you had Division or Rebellion, I would be more concerned than I am. So I have 8, and you have
5, 6.
6. I'm getting there.
And I think that is all I can do. Okay. We need to go back to the triangle. So now I have 8. Let's go back to my pool. Along with this, I have 8. So go back up to 8. And that's the end of turn 4.
All right. So at the end of this go around, if I have the oath, we're going to roll a die. If it's a 6, the game is over. I win.
Okay.
I'm going to muster. No, I'm not going to muster. I'm going to. I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3.
Taking my cards.
Like this. All right. Play this to here.
Good thing it's empty.
Take 2 from any suit supply.
Interesting.
So I get a favor immediately, but I don't have anything there, and now I can trigger that.
And then we all now.
No, if I trigger it, then I can't muster though.
Where'd this come from?
Which is the only one that hasn't been reviewed yet.
No, I need
Other
to
than
muster. I really want to do it,
Right.
but I have to muster.
I want to. I must.
Is there a mechanic that gets you ahead on that?
I'm sorry?
That helps you muster quicker.
No, there isn't.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like I said, it used to be that you can muster a number of times equal to how much money you spent, but that was removed.
Yeah.
All right, I guess I'm just gonna spend there. I'm going to muster, so that is 1 focus. I add 2, and then I will spend 2 to campaign in the Salt Flats. So I'm gonna roll 1 die. It's a 0. I'm gonna move
So just kind of for reference.
all 3, and then no, I think that's it. So I'm going to. I have now 13, so that's there. And this goes back to Hearth. And I still rule the most sites.
In fact, you gained 1.
Yeah, I think definitely going for those visions is a thing that needs to happen if you want to have any chance of winning at this point.
Alright.
I think it's odd having an odd amount of max focus.
Having an odd amount of what?
Or focus.
7.
7.
Yeah.
So like 8 or 6.
I think just the focus mechanic in general is odd.
Why is it called focus? That's a weird name.
Because it's the amount of focus that you're spending on doing something, right? It requires this amount of focus, and the more war bands you have out, the more your focus is being taken by those things. So for example, right now I have 5 sites or 4 sites, right? So my focus is taken in part with those things. So I have less focus.
So I'm going to move up here, I guess. And then search for 2.
Favor should go to Banks. Magic should go to... He still calls it magic. Secret should go to cast out of
So draw.
turn box. This is a bit of a change, and the strict rules reading may say that the cards are exempted.
How do you get the royal blessing again?
So to get the royal blessing, you have to hobnob. So to hobnob, you're going to place a certain amount of favor on an empty card at your site, and then you put that many war bands matching that suit in the royal fashion. If you have more cubes than anyone else, you get the royal blessing.
So only one person would need 1 cube up here to get the royal blessing?
Right now, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sure. Use this card down here, right?
Yeah.
Here? Okay. Sorry. You can only have 1 vision played at a time, though?
So if you want to reveal that vision,
No, might as well. You guys already know.
you could put it there and then
No,
do it
that's
at some
okay.
point. Yeah.
Just go over
Time
here.
to go here.
All right. Now we got a fight.
Oh, we do?
Well, I mean, now I have to do something else other than try to make sure that I
okay.
have the most sites.
Alright. I don't know what else to do. I can't play on this card, right? Because you own it?
You can.
Oh, I can?
You're
I think
there.
at the site.
Gotcha.
Would you still rule that site?
Hmm?
Would you still rule it, or would you like co-rule it?
I still rule it.
Because you have cubes.
Yes.
Okay.
You can use a card if you rule it or if you're there.
So I go here, I would get 1?
You would get
One
one
from
favor, you mean?
1 favor.
Yes, you would get 1 favor from order.
Okay, that's the end of my turn, so collect this again.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Alright. So I got 6, so Does this game remind you of anything from like your catalog?
Previous versions of this game most reminded me of the PAX series of games, which is behind you. So there's Pax Pamir, Pax Furiana, Pax Transhumanity. So it most reminded me of those. He has diluted those elements substantially at this point. This game originally was inspired by the way that he used to play Pax Porfiriana, where he would get like a deck of cards and then he would add cards and remove cards every so often. And the victory conditions are similar to Pax Porfiriana, where you're trying to meet like one of 4 victory conditions and you're trying to work towards that. So Pax Pamir, which is his first game, is similar in that you either want to have the most spies or the most roads or the most tribes, and you're trying to kind of win in one of those scenarios. And back when there were prestige points, you would have loyalty, so if people were in the same empire, then you're fighting together. The game was similar to a PAX at that point, but he removed the prestige, he removed the victory points, he removed a lot of the kind of that internal strife. It's still there in a more nuanced way, right? I mentioned before, like the exiles can work together to fight against the chancellor, or the chancellor and citizens can fight together against the but as you can see, it hasn't really been happening. So it's still, I'd say it's the game that it most reminds me of, but it's become much more its own thing.
Going to fight you.
Okay.
So campaign here.
So yeah.
Going to spin these 2.
So
dudes.
right now, okay.
+4.
So before we do the force ratio. So right now it's you are not quite one versus 2, but not 1 versus 1 because you're 3v2. So you're there, right? And you're triggering that battle plan, right? And I do rule an order, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can rule a battle plan, or I can activate a battle plan. So I'll activate that so that you have to roll.
Okay, yeah.
So you have to roll an extra die. Normally you would only, if you're only trying to roll that, you only have to roll 1, but if now you're going to have to roll 2. Are there any other battle plans that I can try to activate? You don't rule. Well, you do rule nomad. No, you don't. You don't rule nomads. That's not really valuable. No, that's it. That's all I can do. Well, that one, is it that one? No. It was this one that had that. Okay. No, yeah, that's it. So roll 2 dice.
Well, I think I'm gonna risk it too.
Okay.
I'm gonna attack this one too.
So if you attack this one too, then you would start lower because this is 5. 5 versus 2 would be there.
And then
you would do 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so I'm only wanting to get.
So now you have to roll 3 dice
for each site.
Yes, to roll 1 for each spoil,
but just 1,
and then 1 extra because I played that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
So
as long as I don't get -3.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
But hey, gotta risk it either way.
Yeah.
And if anything else, I can get it out of that area. So.
All right, so you rolled 2 times 2s, which is normally really bad, and a 0. If that had been a -1, you would be at -4.
Right.
Wow.
So I win.
Very good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yay.
You rolled very very well. So yeah.
Some risk payoff.
So I lose half rounded down, so I'm going to lose 1 to my supply, and then these other 2 are going to go. I also lose that. Yeah. So these are gonna go. They'll go to my cohort.
And this dude.
And you could, no, that, if you wanted to spend another die, you could move that guy. But you didn't, and honestly wouldn't have been a great idea. So now you put as many, well, 1 cube in each, I imagine, is what you want to do.
1 here and 1 here.
Right? Okay.
And at the end of combat, Matt and I are now tied for areas that we control.
So you have 3 and
he has 3.
I have 2.
And Matt has 3.
And Matt has 3, but you have more popular support than he does.
Okay. But so at the end, I would take the thing.
So
At the end.
Yeah. Are you not done because you're out of
Not
effort? Or out of...
Yeah, small minor actions.
Okay.
So a thing I can do.
Where's my third? I only see 2.
1, 2, and then...
He counts?
No, that doesn't count.
Yeah, I'll only have
Never
2.
mind.
Never mind, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and obviously activate this dude. And take 2 from the greens.
I really should get the Royal Blessing.
I'm gonna play this dude to take the one from the red.
Last Earth.
So what happens from you doing that is now, because I don't control the oath, we don't roll.
Yeah, like that's it. It has to be a risk.
Yeah.
Really would wish I could use this one.
Can you not?
But there's none on it.
Oh, yeah. I do like the Tangy Charm. Even though it doesn't start with a lot.
Yeah, I think that it concludes my turn now.
Okay. So that is the end of the turn. We don't roll a die because I am not currently winning the oath. So we just move.
Part is this thing goes here.
Yeah. So we move to the next next round.
Thank you. And I now take the oath.
There you go.
Comeback kid is what they call me.
Come back. You've been doing steadily more the whole time.
Okay. So back to me. Well, I need to... Now I have an issue in that I need to both get the Royal Blessing to prevent you from winning. And I need to conquer a site to prevent... well, that's less of a concern because you would have to... Do you have more you have more popular support than I do right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I definitely need to get the Royal Blessing. Alright, so time to hobnob.
And what does the Royal Blessing do for support?
I can, at the start of my turn, I can move 2 from one suit supply to another.
Okay, at the start of your turn.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so I'm going to spend... I'll spend 3.
Risque.
Put that there. And this is where I started. So the hobnob action is 1 focus.
Quite the stack over there.
It's only 2 to move up. It's 2 to move up. But then I can't campaign. But I can get more favor. Like a lot more favor. Right, at that point I have 3 and you have 3, but you still have more popular support.
Hey, chicos.
Oh.
Arroz and Maduro, John, just in case you want that. If not, then it's cool. I'll come down and throw them.
No, a mí me encanta maduros.
Man.
All right, so I might as well give up on that right now. See now, yeah, I have some interesting decisions because you could still.
You want to make me a citizen? Together we can rule the galaxy.
Do you want to be a citizen?
I don't think I can. Well, you got a lot of cubes left. You got a lot of tokens.
I don't.
So I don't know. I don't think I can like out supply cubes to that thing more than you can. Give me the citizen thing that gives me the royal blessing. That'd be a great idea.
I mean, it is not a bad idea for you to be a citizen because here's the thing. I mean, if your vision, you have to get rid of your vision if you become a citizen. But if you become a citizen, you still do the same thing. You're still going to be going for the royal blessing.
Oh, that's how you win? Same deal?
As a citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
D6 action.
So I just get a bonus towards it. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, sure. I mean, what
The
do you
question now is, do I want you to become a citizen? And that is interesting because if you become a citizen, then we rule more sites because the black cubes turn into purple cubes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm okay with that.
But I'm not.
Well, offer me a counter offer. So how were you able to put this many in one?
He paid 3.
Oh, 3, but you're out, right?
Yeah, and I get the royal blessing now, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Just
So
at the end of
in
the
order
turn.
to beat that, I have to basically field more cubes in any of those that you
Mhm.
can.
Mhm.
And that's based on the suits that you are owning. Is that right? Or
Whoever has more cubes on there. So it's really just
so you
spending favor.
piled in here,
Yeah.
and since it was Hearth, it went to Hearth.
Mhm.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay. I don't think I'm that afraid of that anymore. I have a shot.
So the question now becomes it's an interesting situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's do I fight a two-front war? I mean, if you want to become a citizen, yeah, I think I'm down.
Nah.
After all that.
Can I offer you something to?
I don't know. Like, what can you give me? Is there any?
Would you like?
Exchange of money?
Yeah. Well, I can't give you favor because I don't have any. I can give you secrets.
Oh yeah.
I'll give you. And obviously I'll give you an office. Is there a certain office that you would like? I probably want the chief
Once-
propagandist.
Once I'm a citizen, I'm always a citizen, right?
No, you can
Renounce my citizenship.
yeah. You have to pay for it, but yeah. If you don't have any magic and you don't have any warbands, it's free to not become a citizen. And you still keep the office.
Become an independent.
I'll try this vision for another turn to see where I'm at, and if the offer still stands. If you don't want to fight on two-front war.
All right, well, that was at least interesting. So now I'm coming to the situation of...
I'm a very wild card player.
Yeah. Sneaky is your primary trait. Put 10 character points into sneak.
So now here's... Okay, so I have the royal blessing. At the start of my next turn, I'm going to be able to move 2. I need to play more Discord cards. 'Cause how many Discord do you have? How many? Yeah, so you have 1 only, right?
Which one Discord?
The horny guys.
Mm-hmm.
I have 1. But you need to have 2.
Very interesting. So do I... Right.
Interesting.
campaign.
Very interesting.
My campaign... 5, so you have 1 of each. So 2 to move back up there, and then get more favor. That's probably what I need to do, as much as I don't want to. Okay, so I'm gonna travel, and I'm gonna spend 1 secret, and I have
There's only
1 order and another order. Oh, that's right. So that's not totally not worth it.
Just come to my towns.
Oh, okay. So I guess I have to fight you. So yeah, I'm gonna fight you there.
Okay.
And that's gonna be 3v1.
Mm-hmm.
So I start there. -1. So I remove 1, and the other 2 get put here, and you move that blue.
Now, can I not trigger this? While
You can actually. I forgot that you have that, and you would have to spend 2 favor.
Mm-hmm.
Is it only on offense?
No, it's plus or minus. That's what the plus or minus means.
Mm.
So if he doesn't trigger it, he automatically gets -4, or where's the minus come in?
So if he
Defense
triggers it,
Oh, defense.
it would
offense,
be -4.
That's what it means,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And
Papi, viste que tiene correo ahí por la soga, ¿verdad? Okay.
So I have no reason not to do that.
yeah, but yeah, okay. I forgot you had that, but I'll let it slide, and I'll just say that I retreat. So I retreat, and then I just don't. I lose the 2 focus, but that's it.
Okay.
All right, so that's that, and
You disgraced captain, put down the bottle for a night, and give you another glorious victory.
well, wait. Do I rule? That's versus. It's not only if I rule, right? If it's I have it. Even if I have it in my. Because I don't currently. Yeah, I do roll. I roll 1 with it. All right.
And you have an advisor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't remember if the advisor counts, but I think it does. Okay, so I think
his plans were thwarted.
Mhm. Indeed.
That's a good word.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think there's not much else I can do.
Okay.
All right, so this is gonna go to Hearth,
I will push you out of office, counselor.
Right.
but I do have more popular support now. I think
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I have 10.
You have 10.
Yep, and this comes back straight to here. These 2 are just great.
And then I have
Mhm.
13, so I'm still only there. That's a problem.
Okay.
I was hoping to spend more. Okay.
So effectively, I need to spin this to acquire more of those to pile those on somewhere, right?
You're black. You can spend 2 of those to go there. Spend 1 of those. You don't have any advisors. You actually don't have any advisors. You're not looking at getting a bunch of favor from any situation.
Right.
But, I mean, you can get 1.
Yeah, and then I can match him. So that's at least something, right? But I could search here, right? Or here. That's the interland. Right?
It's where you do that.
I'm so confused about where that even is. So this is this one, or this is this
Your
one?
dude's here,
Yeah,
so you search here. When
That's what I
you
thought.
discard down.
that's right. Okay. So I could search for 2, and then if I get an advisor, do I just play him as a free action? Okay, well that's probably advisable then. Yuck. So I'll draw 3.
So 2. Because of the vision card there.
That's annoying. Alright, that's fine. Maybe. Doesn't really help me much. So I'll play her, I guess. Put this back.
So that goes here now.
Alright, that's right. Never remember that. It's an interesting mechanic. Well, yeah, it just prevents you from just, not having to move around, which makes a lot of sense. Get an extra ward band. But there's no symbol here that would help me. Right, so.
For what?
For now that I have an advisor. My plan was to get an advisor, hope that, I can pull the same suit and then try to cash in for more favor.
Or you can move to somewhere.
Yeah.
There's definitely
Or has it?
there's definitely no
Beast hasn't been. Yeah, Beast hasn't been. I mean, there's no Beast cards out. It hasn't been a
Thing.
thing. Yeah, that's why he was saying that card is the taming charm isn't all that helpful.
Right.
How did you get the taming charm? Because that's one of the starting cards. Yeah, it's one of the. Oh, it was probably discarded and then you grabbed
Alright,
it.
well, at least I can do this. So if I place this here,
Remember, we have gone through 2 different decks.
I acquire the last one of these, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then that costs one of those, right? If I do another one of those, I can pile in. What? These go where again to get there?
Sorry.
If I am doing the hobnob.
Oh, the hobnob.
Yeah.
So you would
I
need to
can't-
put it
I have
exactly.
To, I have to
Yeah.
move to a different area, right? So instead of hobnobbing, I will move. That'll cost me 2. So okay, I'm already out of tempo here.
You
Then.
can move 1 to go here.
Yeah, you can move one there and then
Okay.
do it there.
Sure. Okay.
That is correct.
I'll do that. So three cubes. At least gets me in the running. Yeah, they both go to the same thing.
Yep.
Is that
Have
anything
you,
different? Something the same or different one?
No,
No. Okay.
we're just both there.
All right. That's it. Making a stab at it.
It means that now, like, if you had put it somewhere else, I
Yeah.
could like try to get the Darkest Secret and then put an X there to X them out. But if it's in the same thing,
Okay, you're
yeah,
Xing
I'm
yourself out.
Xing myself out. Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
So that's probably a good
Okay.
move.
I planned it all.
Yeah.
It was all planned. Elaborate plan.
Which vision was it? I'm trying to beat
I
him.
think the Darkest Secret one.
I wanted this one.
Wait, yeah, that's too bad.
But you putting that there, now I
I'm
can't
just
get it.
flopping around like a fish out of water. So
So let's go back to general pool.
oh yeah, so
Yep, and these go back to his, giving him more dudes, more popularity.
okay. So where do you get to recall your secrets? Almost seems kind of backwards.
Well, you're sharing your secrets.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
You're spending your favor.
It's open. It's not an open secret quite yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I spend 1 here. Take 2 from here. Pay 1 secret. To take 2 from here.
Is that 3rd edition Twilight or 2nd?
Neither. It's first.
Oh wow! I've never seen first.
It's first edition.
Man.
It's a very different, very wild, very ridiculous game.
Cool.
There's an economy. There's like,
we have
you-
forests, so yeah.
There.
there's
How similar is it?
you win by ruling like 24 planets or something like that. It's like it's
Oh, yeah,
a
wow.
ridiculous thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's like risk in space.
Let
Or
me
something.
just. Mine. Here. Two to draw. does having this do for me?
Well, a couple things. When you do the proclaim action, you grab the darkest secret, which, if you had there's a vision where that's the thing that you need to win. It gives you the ability to discard something when you play it. So if there's like a card that you want somebody to get rid of, there's that. And
When I play it?
and when you do the proclaim action, you also get to put a ×2 or an X on any of the royal fashions.
Okay.
You are proclaiming that suddenly, what is it? Family? What are we on?
Yeah, family.
Suddenly family is not important.
We're on ill repute right now.
So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this, put that here. Allow me to take this.
Throw the bug there.
Allow me to take this, moving it up to 2.
It's just any old action. Right?
So
Or is that an action of the card?
Put in.
you still have to
modify.
buy the darkest
Okay.
secret, so you still have to spend secrets to do it. So if you spend 1 secret, then you can increase it.
I see. I've
By
spent
+2.
1,
Well, if you spend 1, it's
Okay.
going to be 3. If you spend 2, it's going to be 4.
but if I spend none, it'll be 2.
I think you still have to buy it.
Okay, well.
Yeah, buy the darkest secret as if you bought, as if you burned +2.
So you're doing this, right?
Which means you don't have the royal blessing anymore.
Yeah, I guess you don't have to spend buy the darkest secret as if you burned +2. Yeah, I guess you don't have to spend any. I'm gonna double check with that, but I would rule it as is. Yeah, you don't have to spend any magic.
Secrets. Is there a decent Cuban place around here? I'm just seeing the fried plantains.
There is a food cart
Oh, okay.
that opened up
Yeah.
a while back, and it was okay.
Oh, just yeah, you brought the fried
Code.
plantains over.
Well, he definitely got it, and I assume that's where they got it from because it's right there.
Gotcha.
Can you spell
Okay.
Where's the restaurant?
right there, just down the first door on your right.
I have that. I think that's what I have to do. Yeah, I think that's all I can do. So my turn ends. Let's go back there. These go back here. Let's go back here. And steps. And you no longer have this.
I no longer have what now? Oh, the royal blessing.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you have no.
No, that only gets. It's not dynamic. That only gets triggered when somebody does the hobnob action.
So anyone could pretty
So,
put 1 cube.
so
in
I
the
still
thing
have this, but if somebody did the hobnob action
for 1 cube.
for 1 cube somewhere, then they would take it.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
I
Oh,
did.
okay.
I thought that too, and I asked in a previous game, and he said that's how that works. It only calculates. It even says I don't think it only Well, it doesn't say on the thing, but it only calculates when you do the hobnob action.
You're still looking to win though,
Interesting.
because at the start of my turn, I have to hold the royal blessing. I definitely don't. So I mean, it would be at least 2 turns
Mhm.
around.
All right, so this should be here. All right, so this moves up, or did it already move up?
Hasn't
Yeah,
moved
that's
up
not
yet.
moved up yet.
All right, turn 7. Usually, previously the games usually ended roughly around like 6 turns, but
Yeah.
I feel like with the rule change, you're gonna have more games that take 8 turns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what's the situation for me right now? You are going to win on your next turn if I don't take the oath from you.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem.
And because of your advisors, you have a
But you only have 2 sites. You have 3 sites. Okay. And you have that battle plan. Wow. Finally a battle plan is like, for the first like
useful.
10 games, battle plans were worthless, and they actually redesigned all of the battle plans because I kept saying battle plans are too situational.
Mm.
And yeah, a battle plan may win you the game.
Yeah. Konnichiwa.
There you go. That might fit. Who knows? Could be what the Japanese animals are doing.
But I mean, even that's circumstantial because even if you can't punch me down to have me lose
All
a
right,
side,
so I'm gonna spend
you
at
have to,
least 1 there to get favor. So I get 2.
2 favor.
2. Do I have another? I thought I had another one somewhere, but I guess not. 2 favor. That's going to be an inspire action, and then.
It could also have made it a times 2, and him moving
1.
his things wouldn't have.
All right, so then I'm going to move 1, 2, 3
Mm-hmm.
to move to the deep woods. Or do I want to just move?
Huh.
Yeah, I guess I'm moving there
Why is it 3 and not 2?
because
means
moving within the hinterlands is 3.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's hard to get through the hinterlands.
Like, yeah.
And there's no minor actions there, but there is a battle plan. All right, I think that's it for me. Like, I feel like there's not a lot I can do here. So here's the situation. I'm gonna ask if you want to become a citizen, and if you want him not to win the game, you're gonna say yes.
Some king making, huh?
Yes.
Here's a yeah. Well, it's not king making.
If you
It's
will.
just. I mean, yes, you can king make.
Because unless he's able to get enough,
Yeah.
which he can't.
Well,
he
no,
can win
not
by-
this turn. It
win
would
by-
have to be
by-
next
by
turn.
that, yeah.
Um,
You'd have to have enough favor to put enough dudes in here this turn
Yeah.
in order for you to win. If you become a citizen, other than that, he's guaranteed to win.
Gotcha.
Now, had you not drawn those cards, I would have had this vision,
Mm-hmm.
which is the popularity vision.
Gotcha.
That's what I was going for.
yeah. So
Right.
the only I can't see another way. I can't see another way for him not to win other than you becoming a citizen.
Well,
But here's the situation. So here's one way that this game is very interesting. King making actually matters. Because if you allow him to win, that's going to determine what the next game is, right? So if he wins,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to win with I forget what it's called in the rule book, but if he wins, if you won without a vision, you choose one of the 4 oaths. So he's going to choose what the next game is going to be, whether the oath is popular support or having the royal blessing or having the darkest secret, and then he chooses what cards in the deck get removed and which ones get added.
Okay.
Whereas if you
You won't win.
if you won with the dynasty vision, then that is going to be the next. So it's interesting in that like you might choose somebody to win the game because you want to play that game next time. So that's a that it gives you a little more decision space than just I want this person to win because I like this person more, or I want this person to win because whatever.
Metagame.
But yeah, right now, if the only way that I can see from that he wouldn't win this turn because I didn't have enough focus to because if I tried to attack, like I can attack this next time, but if I tried to attack that, there's no way that because it's a +4 and I only had 2. I don't believe that there was a way. Even if I did this, he would have to roll.
I wouldn't roll.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's right. Because I'm attacking and not defending.
So literally, even a 0
So
wouldn't make him lose.
Yeah, if you did become a citizen, here's the other interesting thing. If you did become a citizen and somebody decided to play black next time, they would start as a citizen.
Oh, interesting.
So if you wanted to, like, if we were playing this again. If we wanted to like play another game of this, like right after this, you would start as a citizen, and then we would be like essentially like working together.
And this wouldn't even be a problem if I had that vision.
There you go.
So it is an interesting, it's an interesting decision.
In this direction. So.
All right, so you're gonna choose not to be a citizen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it my turn?
No, that's my minor action.
Okay.
I offered you citizenship, and you
refused.
decided not to
That's
take
right.
it.
That's right.
So,
I failed the exam. Didn't study.
I can offer you 2 favor.
Me?
Yeah.
To become a citizen.
Just for free.
Well, with 2 favor, you could hobnob and get the royal blessing. Now, whether you'll have it the turn after that is a question, but I would basically have to take it from you and I wouldn't have any money because I gave it to you.
So it's the 2 favor plus the citizenship?
Yes, and an office, obviously.
Keep in mind that I also have plenty of favor that I can just take the thing
This
from
is
the
true.
in-game.
Okay, well at least that's more interesting. Sure. What do you want to give me for an office?
That's a good question. So, when you inspire, you gain double. That's pretty good for me.
For me.
But then you're gonna like basically undo that win condition,
Yeah, so basically.
and then they'll win by default on the next turn, right?
Yep, so and then it's on me to determine who wins.
Interesting. The keep making keeps going.
Because as of right now, I have the strongest way to continue to get more of these dudes and more population.
Yeah, I was gonna get more popular support before, but I don't know that that's really helpful right now. I think Grand Marshal is probably what I would want. So if you want popular support,
Sure.
I mean, you would have some popular
So
support.
by giving a citizenship to someone, you unlock the
Yes.
things underneath it. That's cool. Yeah, sure.
All right, so I become. Oh wait, no. In order for me to get this, I would have to do that. So I would give you the travel modifier. You spend magic to not spend focus when you travel, which I think is better, honestly.
He also only has 1 magic.
Yeah, but
secrets.
one secret, but he's not going to lose it. He just casts it.
All right.
Cast a large net.
All right, you become a citizen.
No, I feel good about that. I have to give up my dreams of the future.
Well, you still you can still do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
This is, I guess this goes. Where are you?
Over
Yeah, I
there.
guess this goes
Here.
there.
And right on top of the vision again.
Right, just to rub it in.
All right, so flip your thing over, and all of your dudes become my dudes. This becomes a problem for me because now my focus is even less.
Right.
And 3 more here.
I don't have any cards anymore.
Did you have any cohorts previously?
No. But like,
No.
I can't. Go.
Yours are now his, and his are now his.
Right,
Mhm.
but like, if I were to accumulate cohorts, would they be of my own color still, or?
No. They would be.
Of
We have a
yours.
shared pool. This is
Okay.
our shared
So,
pool.
All right, so that's
So yeah, and the situation is now we're both hampered in focus.
so I can only go up to here now.
You would go wherever I am.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So you would, when I say you would go where I am, it's this amount.
Yeah, gotcha.
All right, so that happened. Did you want the favor? I think I
Yeah,
offered
sure.
you the
That
favor.
is the whole reason why he did that.
Supposedly, yeah.
All right, so that's it. I rest, and there is what 7. So I'm down to here, and yeah, I do have oath keep. I do keep the oath because I rule more sites now.
Which, so that also means now if I attack him, it means I'm attacking you. Which means you've weakened both of you because of this. And because of your advisor.
When you are attacking purple, you are attacking me.
Both of you.
Meaning that if I had like cards like this, battle plans, would they come into effect? If he was attacking you, since we're now like
You also roll
Related.
that site, yeah.
okay.
All right, so yeah, things got interesting. It's your turn.
And I go up to where?
Wherever
my last
he
turn
did,
here.
so 4.
Yeah,
So I go to
it's the
4.
same thing, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so
I would
Now,
hobnob to get the royal blessing. Honestly, that's probably what you want to do.
if he inspires, does it count your advisor or it's still just
Just
his?
is, yeah.
sure. Well, I've got so few actions.
So other than
Yeah.
military
Welcome to
stuff,
my world.
Right. So I really need to get to a place I can hobnob. Because there's no point hobnobbing here. 'Cause,
you just have to move.
Yeah, you would have to move first,
Yeah.
Which is
but
like-
you can move for 1 and then hobnob.
Come for one of these two, right? Does it come back to me or no? I just cut the
No, it gets cast. Yeah. So cast means it comes back to you. Yeah. You just that cast the.
I don't know.
That's,
Put it somewhere.
well, let me see. Travel modifier, spend no focus. Let's see what it says because this is new. Let me see what it says in
There's no minus.
the offices, chancellor offices. Chancellor. Okay. Place 1 secrets token on this office to travel, spending no focus. Yeah.
Okay.
So you could do that.
Yeah, that's fine. Why does it say at the start of your turn you may exile yourself by giving the chancellor?
Yeah. So if you wanted to no longer be a citizen anymore, if you wanted to go back to being an
I
exile,
gotcha. Right. Okay. Well,
it would currently cost you nothing because you have no magic and you have no secrets and you have no
Gotcha.
war bands.
Right, so I'm gonna move.
So you would keep the power and you would become an exile again.
I can just go anywhere with that, right? That's pretty useful. I have a horse, guys.
Bah,
Yeah,
bah.
it's a sheep horse. But there's not really any advantage for me to go anywhere else. I don't think. Go
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, because you have
There's no visions, and I can look at this pile, right? Just the tops.
there's only vision in this one.
So I go here. Pay 2, right?
Pay 2 to 1.
To maybe look at a card, maybe get another advisor that's maybe that type.
I think hobnobbing is probably your best bet. I mean, you do you, but you can only win this game
Well,
by
only
holding
one.
the royal blessing.
Yeah. So
That's the only way you're gonna win it.
just put 2 on them, I guess, to hobnob.
Yeah.
And then put 2 cubes of what, your color?
Yep.
Into
Yes, that's a good question. Who do you? I don't know. I've never. This is the first citizen
That's
since
bizarre
the new rule.
because it is your color.
I'm gonna assume that you put your color out, but let me double check.
Hobnog.
Yeah, I've only played one full
Hobnob.
game with the hobnob action before, so I don't.
Oh, that's new.
Oh yeah, this game changed drastically. The Inspire, the Conspire, the hobnob, all of that is new.
The pre-spire.
I mean, the fact that there are no victory points.
Mm-hmm.
So where is? Where the hell is it in the
I don't know.
book?
I don't
Search.
know.
Travel, Inspire, there it is. Take one warband from your supply or cohort and place it in the court box of the same suit. This warband is now called an agent. Then if you have more agents than any other player, take the royal blessing. Agents in court boxes. So how does that work? Remember, if you are tied for the most agents, if there's still a tie, the player closest to the chancellor will win the tie.
Keep in mind.
Yeah, it doesn't say. I mean, if the rules as written would imply that you put purple on there, but then how is the citizen supposed to win?
I mean, these are agents. Those are not war bands. When they're over here,
Yes.
and his warband become yours, or vice
Take
versa.
one warband from your supply or cohort and place it in the court box. Okay, let me go back to winning regime. They upstart when the game's a citizen as comes to the session. Okay, sorry, because this is all new and I have no idea how this is supposed to work. Chancellor and citizens winning by succession. If the game ends with a stable regime, the chancellor normally wins. However, the citizens for the succession goal on the current oath, that citizen wins. When the oath is to hold the darkest secret, no. When the oath is to hold the most sites, the succession is to hold the royal blessing. Now, when the oath is okay, so that doesn't. I'm gonna have to ask.
Well, for now, we can just do this.
Otherwise, I don't see how it's possible.
I mean, besides for the fact that he shares your stuff, and you can't win from that
When
condition.
citizen
So,
hobnobs,
if you're in the same
they
situation,
use their own color.
and you can win by something, but he can't win by it.
Or chance.
You win by it.
I'll just find the floor falling out of the mouth.
I also have the conspiracy, so I've just moved your cubes. That also means that these 3 black ones here, I think, give it these 2.
Royal blessings. Succession. Okay. So let's assume that's the case, and you now currently have the royal blessing.
And if that weren't the case, I could also see, you're not able to win that way. So him having dudes there, with you two kind of being a team, he would still win because you are unable to win through that.
Yes.
Condition.
So if he has the royal blessing, when the game ends, he wins.
Mm-hmm.
So now not only do I have to, well, it doesn't seem possible for you to win, which is another question. How do you win now? Because you have to hold the oath twice.
Don't worry, I can still win.
Yeah, with a vision.
And with royal blessings. It's not like I don't have plenty of.
But
dudes
you
that
need a
can-
vision. Like, you can't win with a royal blessing without
Oh,
a
yeah.
vision. Only the citizen can.
Yeah. Like I'm
You
blocking from
You
winning.
can make
Yeah.
so he wins. There you go.
All right. Well, in any case, you're done.
You still-
Yeah, I mean that was
Should
it.
I-
Yeah, do I have anything else I should do?
you
No,
two-
I've
you
been
two
making sure.
focus
So
on
it would go to you.
Should I try to draw some cards or something? Can I?
my
So
realm.
interestingly, what's going to happen is we're going to roll, and if the roll is 3 or greater, you win.
Okay, well, that's a pretty good deal.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Who knows? I
I
can
can
pay to
still
move again.
push back.
Well, did you spend all your focus?
No, I just spent one. Hobnob. So, maybe draw. Guess I'll draw.
Sure.
Draw 3, keep 1. Finally getting below some visions here. Taking my way.
So
through
I have
visions
to
of the past.
exceed your amount to take them.
Oh, and you can spend no secrets to gain the darkest secret. He answered that.
So do that, I guess.
Okay.
You go. This guy has to be played as a advisor.
It has to be played as an advisor, yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay. My go.
Yeah, I don't see how you can win. Which is something that I'll have to discuss.
Do this.
Well, I mean, you would have to win. Yeah, you can't even win with a vision.
I'm gonna take 2 more of these.
All right, I'll write that down as a note. Can't win on turn 7. Vision.
Mm-hmm.
See, previously there were points, and the farther you went along in the round, the more points you got. So if you held the oath here, you would get 1 point. If you held the oath there, you would get 6 points. So someone can come from behind and totally take
Okay.
it.
Gotcha.
It's not really possible in this version right here. What you could do is, so what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have 3. If you take over one of my sites, you tie. You have more popular support. You take the oath. The game doesn't end. That's, I think, the best you can do. And then at that point, it becomes a race between the two of us. Because you need to have, in order to win, you need to have held the oath twice. So I think it's impossible for you to win.
Do that and take this dude.
Unless you get a vision. That's all things I'll discuss.
Which, I mean, it is possible for me to do.
At the start of an exile's turn, if they have the oath keeper token and it is flipped to its backside, they win the game. There's no way to do it.
Okay, so I'm
That
going
probably
to.
should change. It should change where, like, if you're in turn 7,
I'm going to pay
just having
1.
the oath is.
Discard that, which allows me to move. Can I take any of these dudes with me?
When you move, you can take warbands with you.
Okay, so move him and him. Go there. Go there. Go here, I suppose. Go here. Thunder. Do this thing first. Go Go ahead and pay 1 to muster. Here. Give me 2 dudes. Now do the action and move here. Go there.
I don't know what's going on.
Go ahead and pay 1 more. Here. There to muster again.
You ever play Founders?
I have not, no.
Go ahead and pay 2.
I owned it. Never played it. Isaac Childress is actually a friend of mine. Like we've played a lot of games together. None of them are his games. I don't actually, I guess, play the types of games that he makes. Founders is more like the type of game that I would play because it's a logistics game. But I already have a lot of really good logistics.
I'm gonna play Conquest against you.
Okay.
Here. So I have total of 5 to 3, so that's 2 to 1.
You're going to do here?
Yeah.
All right. So
And
that's
5 total to 3, that's 2 to 1.
so that's you have 4.
And that dude.
Yeah. 4, 5. Yeah. 5 to 3 is
2 to 1, right? Still losing. But do I have that?
5 to 3 is not quite 2 to 1.
Is it
6
here?
to 3 would be 2 to 1. So it would be.
Wouldn't
there.
it be? Yeah, yeah.
So you're rounding down.
Mm-hmm.
Close. If you had one more, it would be 2 to 1.
And I can choose to do that after my roll, right?
I think that you activate battle plans
Seems like you didn't do it before.
for. Let me double check.
Best laid plans. after
Fourth.
all.
Second, yeah. The 4th thing you do is battle plans, and then the 5th thing you do is roll for misfortune. So you have to activate your battle plan first.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that. Paying 2.
Okay.
Move me up 4 more spaces.
What
1,
is
2,
that
3, 4.
battle plan that is? I just want to keep a note of it.
Disgraced captain.
Disgraced captain. Okay.
Okay. Then I roll.
Okay.
This one?
You can't use that. Can't use that.
I can use the. Oh no, I don't have
No,
any
you
favor. You're right. I
have
can't.
focus. You're 4 here. Can I choose to lose one of these dudes too? To move this back up?
No. Only cohort, as far as I understand. Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and attack here. And here. Fine, do I want to do that?
Okay.
Do I want to do that? 2 strength, then 2 moves. Force move from there. No, not there.
What's your favorite logistics game?
My favorite logistics game is probably Roads and Boats.
I mean, I can fight
which
both of
is-
you, right?
Yeah.
We're both the same person.
No, you choose a defender. I mean, you can fight
Mhm.
us both in 2
Okay.
different campaign actions, but you choose a defender.
Rows and boats.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm
Trade
gonna,
Ocean is also really good. Yeah, Roads and Boats is it's a giant game.
move there instead.
It's also 20 years old, but it's really good.
Classic.
So rather than moving from here to here, I'm moving to here instead. To fight your captain directly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna fight here and here.
Okay.
Which is 5 and
So,
5.
out of
so
curiosity,
1v1.
the only way you can win is with a vision.
Hey,
So-
I'm.
Well, the reason I mention this is because there was a vision right there.
Yeah, but I have to be able to be at the beginning of my turn.
Yeah, so you can spend this turn trying to meet the condition for that vision.
Yeah. Trust me.
If it was
I got a plan.
me, I would be trying to go for a vision.
I got a plan.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the plan is yet. But I got one.
Sure.
Plan is no plan.
It would seem that would be your best option.
Destroy.
You also have the conspiracy now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the conspiracy? No, the conspiracy hasn't been used yet, has it?
No, I haven't actually used it yet. No.
Yeah. So if you used it, you can grab the royal blessing too.
Well, I only move 8 agents. I can't place dudes in. Just move 8 agents that are
The
already
conspiracy?
in.
The
Move
conspiracy doesn't let you take the royal blessing anymore?
move up to 2 agents from any core boxes to any other core boxes, and then relocate it. So if I can
Okay.
move.
So
these,
yeah,
but
it doesn't. It used to let you take the royal
Mhm.
blessing. I haven't read the new conspiracy card.
I think
All right.
here and here.
So yeah, do the fights. So that's 5 because you're
Yep,
fighting my
still
pawn.
Still 1v1.
So
and then up 4.
5 and you have 5, so it's 1v1,
And then up 4.
and then up 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Now roll 2 dice.
This doesn't look like fun.
Wow. Piece of history.
That's only a year older than Rosenboats.
How many times choose are there?
I think 1. Yeah, there's 1.
Yeah. Zeros.
You have been rolling very well. All right, so 0-0. You win.
Mm-hmm.
So you so this was the other place you were
Yep.
attacking. So I lose half rounded down. So this goes here. These go there, and then
He go bye bye.
well, I mean, unless you decide to roll another die to move
I
me, I stay.
Did.
No, you rolled 2
One
dice.
for here, one
Oh.
for here.
Okay, yeah. So where do you want to move me?
Yeah. Put you over here.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay, so that happened. And that's pretty much probably it. It would be very unlucky for you if are you done or not?
No,
Okay,
I
never
got
mind. I thought you were
to
sure.
do.
Have you play tested Frosthaven yet or anything?
I don't like Isaac's games. Like I haven't. I can't say I don't like his games, but his games are not games that I'm interested in trying.
Yeah.
It's amusing because we have very similar tastes in games. Like we from August to December we did like 6 cons together, and we constantly play games. He likes 18xx games. He likes
Which one?
you know. So these games are
What's it there? More games?
they're train stock games, like
Oh,
economic games.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we've mainly we've played, we played Pax Against Humanity, we played Rolling Stock, we played 18xx games. So when we play, we usually play like the stuff that I really like, and apparently he likes as well. Which is drastically different than the types. The one game that we played that was kind of similar to the type of game that he makes is we played Mushroom Eaters, and that's it's basically a board game where you take mushrooms and go through like the good and bad trips part of that, and you're trying to maintain your sanity pretty much.
It's like a great premise of a game.
Yeah, it is. It's an
Yeah,
interesting
cool.
experience game, and
Yeah.
it has 3D glasses.
Oh, wow.
So and then board is all trippy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
Yeah.
So that's the closest thing we've played
Comes
to
with
like
a little thing of mushrooms to see.
the rule book says do not play this game on mushrooms.
Yeah, so has to do
It
that.
would be a hard game to play on mushrooms because it is already a hard game to play.
Ah.
But no, yeah, that's it's funny because we don't like when we play games, we don't play anything like the type of games that I think you would like playing.
Yeah, I didn't think Gloomhaven was going to be for me either. It was not the kind of game I was attracted to. But
Dungeon crawls aren't really my thing.
Yeah, It was. I see it as more like a social experiment. Like, keeping a band together or something. Can you keep a group of people interested enough to play this game?
That one.
How's Root going?
Good.
Or went.
It, the Vagabond formed a coalition with the Lizards.
Oh, did it work?
Yeah. they
I've never
totally
seen
won.
a coalition win.
Yeah, no.
Nice.
Beating them cards and discarding them for victory
Wow,
points
I've
was pretty
played
good.
maybe 30 games of Root, and I
Yeah.
have never seen a coalition win.
Yeah. So.
That is really cool. Now I'm sad that I didn't get to see that.
Yeah, but
How far away was it? Like, who did a former coalition with?
Sophia did with the Lizards, Garrett.
So the Lizards won a coalition with the Vagabond. That sounds amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, they gave him a card to wipe out. You know
The
how
favor
you,
of the mice, the favor of
yeah, something like that. Yeah. And just they wiped out like 5 cardboard tokens from that, and gave him a lot of victory points, and then.
So Sophia was the Vagabond.
Yeah. I think Garrett just got like 10 points in one turn. It was
Sophia,
pretty crazy.
Yeah, Sophia played the Woodland Alliance and the Vagabond, and those were like the easiest factions, and she won both games. And then she played the harder factions. She did very, very poorly with the Ares. She only got like 2 points, and then she played the Cats and didn't win with those. And then she played, So I guess she wanted to go back to a faction that she had won with. But yeah, that's really fascinating. Like, I'm bummed that I didn't get to see that.
Yeah. How's this one going?
It's gone.
It's near the end.
We're as soon as he finishes his turn, it'll probably be over.
Oh, really? That one's almost over too.
So
I
as
think
soon as we roll a die, if the die is 3 or greater, the game is over,
He wins.
and he wins. So
The person who understood the game the least.
So, why would he win in that condition?
because he has the royal blessing,
Okay.
and that's the succession
So,
goal.
literally, they could also decide not to do this.
So if you hobnob, he would not win. Yes.
And they could hobnob.
Yeah, hobnob it up.
Go back here. The hobnob.
Were you in this game?
Yeah. In the Lizard
I-
Vagabond Victory
Yeah.
Coalition.
I was saying in 30 games of Root, I have never seen a coalition victory.
Yeah, I was hoping that she was gonna pick the Cats because I think we would have cleaned up.
I
But
think I could have won with either one, and they were tied for these pieces.
Yeah.
So I could,
And then I can pay 1,
And with the lizards, a coalition
It was-
with the lizards.
It was a lizard vagabond
which
coalition.
forces
Yeah.
these to be.
That is
our
wow.
meaningless prejudice
I joined a cult.
got you to choose the wrong
Yeah.
person.
It's fine.
You saw
Wizard Jesus saves them all.
Yeah.
The key moment was where I was playing the Tinker, so I grabbed the Favor of the Foxes out of
Yeah.
the discard and handed it.
Yeah, that's what Dustin told me.
Okay.
You set?
I think that's all I can do.
All right. Well, let's. You want to roll the die to see if you win?
I think he has that.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, he snatched it. But I'll roll
Um,
down anyway, just see.
Yeah, a die does get rolled anyway because I have the oath.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So.
One, so
roll?
we go one more round. So now I win if
You just win.
I win. No, at the end of this round,
Mhm.
I win if nobody else wins. So
Yeah,
you
but-
have one more shot to win.
Just you kind of can't though.
Yeah, but not.
So you have to try to get the royal blessing again.
Oh,
Because
okay.
if you get the royal
Then I
blessing,
can
you
win.
win.
Okay.
But he also doesn't have any dudes here,
Yes.
and I can just immediately move 2 of them back.
And then it looks like you're right. It looks like I think that there's no way that I can't win.
Okay.
Because you can't win with a vision,
Right.
right?
Right.
You don't have. No, you can trade that secret for a favor.
Which one?
You can
Oh,
trade
this
that
one?
secret for favor.
Sure.
But is there any favor that can you get? So you would need what?
I
You
have
would
like
need.
almost no focus either.
Yeah, I don't think so. You would need. You would need 3 favor, and there's no way because you would have to search in order to get. So where are you? You're there. You could search, hope to get. either an arcane or a beast. No, it would have to be arcane.
Let's play
So-
out. Let's,
Yeah. So well,
let's
let me
do-
see,
let's do
because
that.
search would cost 2.
But there's no
No,
way.
you don't have the focus.
And there's also no way because I have conspiracy. I can just move his.
Okay. So
Back
then
to-
you win.
Seems that way.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right.
All right.
All
so,
hail the Chancellor.
All right. Let's. The last couple rounds was interesting. Okay, so let's
All
do the
involving me.
let's do the chronicle
Carried
phase.
the game for sure.
Let's do the chronicle phase.
Actually,
Which
you
is different.
wouldn't roll that dice anyway because I now control more than you.
Yeah, but in
So you wouldn't
in
have
the
rolled.
eighth round. It would. All right, so let's do the chronicle phase.
I'm glad you understood the game. I like to look through the deck and kind of see what's.
All right, so vow an oath. So I didn't win with a vision, so I vow an oath. Let's do popular support. So popular support is going to be the
It
next
win!
oath. Yeah, and I'd be curious to see that.
And I mean,
so let's move
I think
on.
if one more round went, I could probably get almost all of the.
Honestly, we kind of stole the victory from you.
You did.
But
But there was nothing.
You totally would have won if it was
Yeah.
if he didn't turn citizen.
There was nothing Matt could do to guarantee that he would win.
Um,
And had he not done that one thing, I would have had my actual vision that I wanted,
all
and
right.
I would have won.
So, but it was
You won in my heart.
he did steal the victory from you, but it
Twice.
was in his best interest because short of you taking the royal blessing, he would have won. So that was his best chance at victory. His best chance at victory was to become a
Which-
I
citizen.
touched it for just a
Which
moment.
Yeah.
was a zero.
The
chance.
glimmering dream.
All right. So I'm going to write the chronicle. Don't change anything in your cards because this kind of matters. All right. So you discard all the site cards except those you rule. Right. So anything that I don't rule gets discarded.
That was so sad. I was hoping I could take this pull from you too.
So that goes away. That goes away. This so the mountains is now the new capital. And this goes
Why
there
is that?
because it's the site that I rule. All this, so these get discarded, right? This gets discarded,
Oh yeah, you rolled okay. Yeah.
and that gets discarded. And then anything that was on these sites goes away. Now the stuff that I do rule moves up. And so that goes there, and then that goes. So this goes back here, and that goes there. And this is at the start of the next game. This is going to be the starting setup. So that is how the game changes.
I thought I played quite well.
You did play quite well.
You did.
All right, so we're still writing the chronicle. So if you're the chancellor or citizen, you may build or repair one edifice. So I'm going to take an edifice, which are these, and I'm going to choose to put one in a site. So let me see, +1 at defending the site. Oh, this is pretty cool. Travel modifier, you may draw. Could that be any louder?
Yes.
Focus. Sites in this region have a capacity of 3. Hooligans, before you roll it in, the sites will may increase or decrease by 1.
Yeah.
So I'm putting the face-up advisors with that of a less popular player whose pawn is at your site. That is actually pretty cool. I don't know, it's either a citadel or the festival district. I think this one, because we're going to be playing popular support. So yeah, I'll put that there.
I definitely thought the 4 was too much.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about feedback in a second. All right, so if you are the chancellor, okay, so we did that. Returning the replaced innocent card to the world deck. When you build or
Conquest. Wow.
so you replace. You actually don't.
Wow.
So yeah, I'll replace. and
That's
then this
crazy.
goes to
What?
4
the
of
world
the
deck.
5 visions were on the top third of the deck.
Mm-hmm. They're all clustered up there for sure.
yeah. So in the
Crazy.
first 25. So the vision should be in the first 25. All the vision should be in the first 25.
Oh, they're like stacked on the top of the deck.
So the first 10, if you look at here,
Yeah.
right? So 10
okay.
2 visions, 15 3 visions.
Oh, okay.
So they are, yeah. So you're gonna have the visions in the first 25.
Gotcha.
Out of 48 cards, it should be, I think. No, 54 cards, I think.
Hmm.
All right, so we're gonna add 6 cards. So find the most common suit in your advisors. I don't have a most common, so I think I choose. And I'm gonna
You
choose.
did control this, so would that not be a +1? Environment.
This is true. This is true. So it would be arcane.
Okay, madness.
I'm gonna assume that that's the case, but it is a valid question whether that actually is a thing. So I'm gonna write that down. Site ability counts for advisor during Chronicle. Okay. So that is that's that, and so slide up any, remove all warbands, find the most common, take 3 cards of the most common suit. So we're gonna take 3 from the archive. I'm gonna take 3 arcane from the archive as soon as I find it. As soon as I find it. Alright, so here's 3 arcane. 1, 2, 3. And we'll just, I'll sleeve those later. And take 2 from the next clockwise suit, which is going to be, that's what that is going to be used for. So it's going to be 2 from Order and 1 from Hearth. 2 from Order and 1 from Hearth. So here's the 1 from Hearth. And here's a 2 from Order. Cool. So, and then we are going to
And there were 5 more of these in the deck.
if the archive does not have, okay, so stack and save the suit supplies, and then remove 6 cards to the dispossessed. Choose 6 cards from among the advisors of the losing players. That's why I was saying don't touch your things. But
I don't have any advisors.
He never needed advisors.
and what were your advisors? Those? Never mind then. So it looks like if you don't have enough, choose 6 cards from among the advisors of the losing players. If there are not enough, remove as many as possible. Place the chosen cards in the dispossessed deck. Wow, so if there were only 3 advisors, I only remove 3. Interesting. Okay. So these are in the dispossessed.
You've been dispossessed.
In a whirlpool.
Interesting. Okay. And then rebuild the world deck, save the map, and that's it. That's I mean, I put it all away and do all. So basically what would happen is I would do this.
The capital keeps moving.
And then that, and then that, and then this would be basically the next game.
Gotcha.
But it doesn't say anything about these suit supplies.
So
do the suit supplies? Oh well, it would probably be in setup for later games.
There was some kind of thing where the citizen would have been persistent between the next game. That was all.
The chancellor takes the 6 suit supplies in the order they were stacked
Yeah, so.
and places. Okay, so actually wait.
Oh, really?
Save the map. What about the suit supplies?
There you go.
Will they not just remain how they were?
Stack and save the suit supplies. We did not stack the suit supply marker of 3 added cards on top. and stack the others beneath it in clockwise order.
Because I worked hard for this.
Yes. Supply
Yeah.
on top. Okay, so the suit supplies are going to be stacked in the order starting from arcane. So it's going to be, yeah. If you want to hand me those suit supplies, without the money.
I'm without.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be arcane,
Doesn't
then this,
Gotcha.
then hearth, then beast, then nomad, then that. All right, and that is the order that they're going to come out next time. So now arcane is going to have the 5 at the start, and order is going to have the
Okay.
4, etc., etc.
That's pretty cool.
All right, so that is that. And that's that's a playthrough of 1.51.